after the session before where this mysterious stranger told us we needed to go down underneath the city, we ventured down into the catacombs where we found the lance, the broken dragon lance, and we witnessed some ghosts. We fought a crazed, what was he? He was an undead, right?
Zombie knight.
So we destroyed a zombie knight, and Bronn managed to tame some magical ghost horses, which is completely badass. And after being injured and stuff, we decided it was best to head back upstairs and see what's going on with the town. Did I miss anything? And then we became level 6.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the gist of it.
And it's 2 p.m. currently?
Yeah, it's about 2 p.m. by the time you guys got done the fight. It wouldn't... Probably by the time you got done scoping out the area and whatnot, the extra shit you were doing at the end there. It's, we'll go with about 2:30.
So are we actually level 6, or are you making us wait till we take a long rest?
Wait until your long rest, because you always level up during your long rest. But I knew your next long rest would be in the middle of the session. I didn't want to take an hour to have, to do the level up with everybody, right? In the middle of the session.
You do know that you're God, right? We don't have to level up on a long rest. You could be like, somehow the battle awoke a power inside of them.
I appreciate your understanding that I am God for these 4 hours, but no. No. Not quite
Just
how we're
like
going to do
God.
that.
Just like God, always disappointing everyone.
Not fucking wrong. But, yeah, so, as you guys have transcended out of the catacombs, I believe you guys had noticed that the area had been virtually cleaned. There's apparently there's still one body I missed.
Whose body is it?
It doesn't matter because it vanishes. But you guys have noticed
in front of us?
No, it wasn't supposed to be there. You guys do manage to see that there is, although there's still some stains upon the floor and the table and whatnot. You see this room is virtually empty at the moment. A little bit loud.
This place has been gutted.
Calaman Janitorial is more effective than the council.
It's odd this was cleaned up so fast. Like, who's commanding people if the whole council's dead? Do we hear like people moving around the castle?
You can hear more of a clamor outside than anywhere else.
I would like to investigate the clamor.
Sure.
Like outside the whole castle, or like outside this room?
Outside the castle. I mean, if you guys were to explore the whole Castle Calman, you would find, obviously, maids and probably if you go down to a morgue area, you'll probably find the medical examiner type people and doctors, maybe some other officials who weren't on the council. But
am I able to find one of these people?
I mean, if you want to go looking through the castle, sure.
Would where the other Fargab is be anywhere near on our way out?
It would be in Marshal Vendry's office.
Yes, that location. Could we possibly go by there before leaving the keep entirely?
Yeah, I agree. Vendry's office is a wise choice to stop. Like, who is commanding all these people? When a council gets slaughtered, it's highly unusual for the maids and everything to keep working when there's no power structure.
Yeah, I doubt this was all being run by Lieutenant Buttersticks.
I thought the whole council was slaughtered.
The gnome he's talking about is not on the council. That would be Rookledust, the one you guys picked up, the artificer, however you pronounce it.
Lead the way.
Drag, you know Vendry's office is down this.
This new map is like so detailed.
I know. I actually paid for this one. There was some map pack on DM's Guild, and I was like, that's a lot easier.
As I walk by these doors, if they're unlocked, I'm gonna poke my head and I'm looking for people.
Sure. In here, you don't see anything other than some tables and chairs.
It won't let me leave this room. Am I in a cell?
Yeah, give me one second.
I accidentally clicked the door. I think I'm on the wrong hallway.
So many books.
Nope, you were in the right hallway.
Oh, okay.
Can I?
Oh, she's just not here.
Do any of
Down
these
here.
books look like super fancy and important?
I mean, it's a small library. I mean,
I know, but I would go by like the look of it. Do any look fancier than the others?
I guess that depends on, what you think would be important, what you would call fancy. I mean, they all look like your basic books and tomes. There's even some scrolls up there, but nothing major.
Would anything though stand out to me? Like, I would say like, like metallic writing on books, things like that, or like a scroll that looks super old. I want to steal it in my bag so I can try and read later.
Nothing here looks important. If you wish to take a book, you may take a book.
I'm gonna grab 2 scrolls and a book.
Sure. You get 2 scrolls. You cannot read the names, so you don't know what to put in your inventory other than 2 scrolls and a book.
Perfect.
Padraig, you enter Marshal Vendry's office. At first look, it seems like nothing is here. However, give me a perception. You're about to turn to leave when suddenly you hear some rustling. What sounds to be underneath the desk.
Has Marshal Vendry been in here, or is it still just you?
What? No one's here. I'm nobody.
I figured since it wasn't time to call on the Fargab, we would just come by the office.
Oh, wait. Padraig?
And her
Yep.
her head kind of like peeks up, just like, so her from her top of her nose until the top of her head is sticking above that. Oh, thank gods! Oh, have you seen what happened?
Yeah, and we fought the guy that did it, right?
No. In fact, oh yeah, I forgot. Bronn, you only have 1 evil act, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Second, please. I forgot.
Second?
Yeah.
Why second?
You gave him one for smashing that guy's face in already.
I
Yeah.
gave him 1
Yeah.
for smashing the first guy's face in.
Yes.
Wait,
Who was the
is it
second?
because we didn't knock before we came in?
No, Bronn gets a second one because after the creature was dead, he smashed his skull in again. He was
Oh,
a
yeah.
The zombie
recognized
knight?
hero. He wasn't a zombie by choice. Like player knowledge, he was resurrected. He was always just in the tomb. He was dead. Lord Soth raised him and gave him a commandment. So you guys.
Okay, so just to be clear, the second one as well.
Yes. Oh, no, the first one completely had a choice. But it was a dead body of
for sure.
But the second one, he was just a dead knight in his tomb until Lord Soth came in and fucking resurrected him from the dead. So
Okay.
you basically just killed the second war hero. Or sorry, mutilated the corpse of a second war hero.
Okay, I got
A
two.
fake war
blacks.
hero, though, we were told.
Rookle dust, right?
Yes. She says, the scene in there was horrible. I saw it while it was happening, but I don't think they saw me, so I came in here and locked the door and hid. Or sorry, I came in here and hid. I forgot to lock the door, though. That probably would have been helpful, huh?
It's okay. I forgot to knock before I came in. We just had a bunch of things happen in the catacombs. We really need to talk with Vendry and Cudgel, if possible. Hopefully before dusk, since it looks like if I try to raise them on the Fargab this evening, it's going to be you that's in here anyway.
I don't have any way of reaching them. They're not back yet. I think they're due back sometime today.
Okay, we can check the western gate. You maybe stay here, stay safe, and straighten up. She should be back.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really make this mess. This was her mess. As you take a look at the desk, you see like crumbs all over the desk and just underneath it.
I mean, every time we called on the Fargab, she was eating. So
The crumbs are probably stuck all over me now because I wrote when I walked in, I climbed over the desk and sat in her chair, put my feet up on the desk.
Yes, you were going to be tracking crumbs around the castle for a little while.
So who's in charge now then? Like, who's giving out commands and keeping order?
I don't really know. However, it doesn't look like there's anyone. She says, I don't know. I mean, the people of the castle are still walking around, doing their duties.
Is it a normal occurrence to come in and find the council dead and just go about your duties and clean up the dead bodies like what they do with all the bodies?
I think they probably took them down to a morgue, probably to have somebody examine them, I guess, prep them for funerals.
It's going to be hard to fill these council positions. Seems like anyone who takes them ends up down there.
Well, I mean, it never used to be like that. It's, from what I understand, that's kind of a new occurrence.
was Juniper with Cudgel?
Yes, Cudgel, Vendry, and Juniper are all, for lack of a better term, MIA at the moment.
Well, I mean, my nemesis.
Bakaris?
He's not even here, right? Bakaris
went
hasn't
with
returned
that?
yet?
No, they were all together, my guy. All of them.
Yeah, so like we should go find out who's running things.
Yes, we should make sure that orders is still in order.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time for a coup. With everything going on and soft name back in the mouths of these people, we should definitely check it out.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting we plan it too. I was
No.
confused for a moment.
No, I'm worried
No.
someone might throw a coup.
Bronn, first spot that comes to my mind is any of the guards or the armory. They should have some inkling on chain of command right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody you can think of besides, the armory on the way out or the first guard we see?
I'd say we go right to the guards and just see highest rank at this point. Might be us. Someone's making decisions, so yeah, we just got to go see who to report to.
Yeah, housekeeping might be on autopilot, but like the other stuff, somebody's got to be doing something.
Yeah, let's head out.
Oh, where would y'all like to go?
Are we leaving our friend? We're just gonna leave.
Isn't there a body on a bench right here?
Nope, it's also been cleaned up.
Wasn't he like chained to the bench?
Yeah. You do see, in fact, that where you guys chained him to the bench, the arm is missing.
Paint a picture.
It looks like the arm of the chair that you guys chained him to, seems to be what's missing.
I thought you
not a
meant his
person's
arm.
Okay.
I was gonna say that's because his arm's in my neck.
Shit. I think we should check the armory and the brig.
Yes, that prisoner was in there. I wonder if he's still there.
Well, I was thinking if the guards found this dude here, but didn't have like the key to the lock or whatever, they might have taken him to the brig. And also, if I remember right, the brig and the armory are kind of near each other.
The armory is right here. As for the brig,
We're on the ground floor?
oh no, you are on the second floor, but this is, I think, very confusing. Okay, no, yeah, you guys are on the ground floor. The armory is here. The brig, however, is down this spiral staircase.
Yeah. Before we got the new map in my head canon, the armory was like down a hallway and a staircase away from the cells.
Yeah, that's because I was just making up off the top of my head because it didn't give me a fucking map for the damn castle. So I was flopping all of that.
Oh no, like if you rotated this thing 180 degrees, this is the way it was in my head.
Fair.
So, but I'm shit at spatial. Is there a guard for the armory?
There isn't. In fact, the door seems to be open.
The fuck? I'm gonna smash in.
I mean, yeah, you run into the room and you see.
If he's going
an
in hot,
armory.
I'm going in hot.
Sure.
Has it been looted?
No.
So like the usual, standard stuff, couple plus ones here and there is still here.
Yep.
Okay. Can we? I want to go to the brig. I'm gonna be like, this is crazy. There should be somebody here. Out loud.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
I mean, do we see janitorial like while we're going through the castle?
I mean, at this point, not in this area, no. Actually, you know what? Give me a perception. Since you're in the lead at the moment.
Oh, that loading screen boss was hard.
You hear some crashing and banging from through this door.
On the way to the brig?
Yeah.
Bronn's still pretty fired up in general from the last couple fights, so he's going to be pretty eager to charge in right after anyone if they're moving fast.
I'm going to like hold up one finger in Bronn's direction and kind of put my ear to the door. What do I hear? Is it like metal stuff?
Almost sounds like somebody grumbling and dishes getting thrown around, metal plates and such things as that getting thrown around the room.
Is anybody looking at Padraig?
Bronn is.
I'm gonna mouth the word kitchen, like, but my eyebrows are making a question mark.
Do I understand?
Give me a insight.
I mean, I'm gonna mouth it in common, not in like some weird language.
Good idea. I'm hungry too. Kitchen sounds like a good idea.
He asked me to kiss him.
I mean, I was gonna say it with a 10. That's well enough. You
I
guys
know,
been
I was just
traveling
teasing.
long enough, but I mean, if you want to roll with that,
No, if I understand, I definitely want to. I stop and I look like I'm ready to follow his lead.
Bjorn, you're right there, right?
Yes.
Oh, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. I'm gonna go like 1, 2, 3 with my fingers, and then I'm gonna open up the door while trying to make eye contact with Bjorn.
And I'm gonna charge in. Roar!
1, 2, 3.
you hear as the plates and such go flying. Master Bjorn, is there any reason for that? Goodness gracious.
We thought you were a kitchen napper, breaking all the food.
What?
I know you're a bear, but please, pretend you understand our common language.
But you were throwing and breaking stuff. There was no for acting like a maniac in here.
Well, I mean, yes. Do you like cleaning up after other people? 'Cause I sure don't. Now I've got to pick up all these dishes for a second time.
Are you even aware that the whole council's dead? Is anyone aware? Everyone's just going about their lives like nothing's happened.
Not what I heard out in the city. But I have a job to do. So I do my job.
What did you hear in the city?
Maybe a little bit of chaos is going on.
Do
What do
you
you
know
mean?
who's in charge?
No. Whoever's the highest ranking person, I would think.
And who's that at the moment?
Not a clue. She takes a look at your insignias. Huh. Might possibly be you for the moment.
From sleeping in the woods to running a city. It's a weird turnaround for a bear.
That's how it sounds, guys.
Does she have a name?
Are you asking her name?
She talked to Bjorn like she already knew him. Is this a character we've already met?
It is not, but I mean, it's not like there's a lot of bears running around and his name hasn't spread. I mean, she knows who all of you are. Most people do at this point.
Okay, I just for the notes, I'll just call her kitchen lady.
Was she just throwing plates, or is there
It's
food as
wench.
well?
I mean, there was little bits of food left on the plates, but not much.
I'm gonna walk up and like pick up a couple of little scraps of food that I see on the floor and eat them.
Sure.
Whoever cooked this should be fired. This is awful.
Well, aren't you a rude little nosy Nelly? Out with you! Out with you, beast!
That's no way to talk to your new chancellor. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. We'll be back.
Oh, please, don't rush on my account. She begins to, as you guys leave, she continues to pick up the, pick up a lot of the, scraps and plates that had hit the ground. Continuing to mumble about picking up after other people.
It sounds like the city's starting to spiral a bit with everything going on. She made it sound like things weren't looking good outside.
And if we are the highest ranking people, will they recognize that? I might have an idea, but like I don't know if it's a good one. I am able to disguise myself if it is actual real chaos out there. I could become Marshal Vendry just until she gets back so that I can assure everyone of their safety and calm the masses.
Let's keep that in our back pocket.
Yeah.
I think trying to just understand what's going on first and just assure people that they're coming back. And if that is a good idea though. If
We do need to gather more info before we broadcast anything.
Let's get out of this creepy barren castle.
What a tomb these days.
If we want to split up, I'm okay with that. There's two things I want to check in the castle before we hit the town. And the first one is definitely not a war crime.
He goes downstairs to kill Lefty.
No, that's the second thing that is a war crime. The first thing, I want to go back into the kitchen real quick.
Okay, well that was the dining hall. The kitchen is attached through this door.
Dining hall.
Oh, good. You're back. What can I help you with?
I want to take an Electrum coin out and offer it to her and ask her if the whiskey is still being rationed.
Well, since there's no council to rescind that order, currently I would think so, yes.
I definitely thought when you shut the door she was going to be the war crime.
No, this is the thing that isn't the war crime. Is there a way around the whiskey restriction before we leave the keep?
For currency,
I want to hand her the Electrum coin and then just kind of like clink, clink my Calaman insignia against my signet ring.
she looks at the ring, looks at the Electrum in your hand. Goes,
Oh, I gave her the Electrum.
oh, she didn't take it.
Oh, shit, I tried.
Yeah. So she looks at the ring and the Electrum. She goes, that's not even a currency from here. Using the wrong currency. Also the wrong color coin.
Electrum doesn't work in Calaman?
Electrum is simply coin from a different realm or an old currency. That's why it's 2 of those equal 1 gold.
But we've gotten some as loot.
Yeah, you have.
Oh.
There is a bank in town to exchange it.
Canadian Tire money.
Pull the rank card.
So I'm gonna look flustered, and then I'm gonna say platinum for whiskey.
She kind of flips her hand over and gives a smile. That's it, my lord. Smart man.
Is gold to platinum 10 to 1?
Yes.
I will hand her 1 platinum. And then hold 5 more in my hand. And I'm going to say, I don't want more than I can carry.
Very well. She goes into the kitchen.
Can I follow, or does she close the door?
Oh, she closes the door.
Shit. I'm going to stand near it so I can at least maybe hear.
So roll me a stealth roll, because I'm assuming you don't want her knowing you're following her to the door. And sitting there trying to listen.
I would have followed her up to the door. Like I would have walked with her, but if she closes the door, then I'm not going to stop her from closing the door. I would just stand there and listen and wait.
Sure. So this is going to be perception disadvantage. However, I believe your shield gives you advantage, so it's a straight roll.
Because I don't think we've been to this part of the castle before, right?
Nope. You've been to the armory, but you've never actually been into the dining hall or into the kitchen. Wow.
Yeah, so...
You hear that she is somewhere, you're pretty sure somewhere on the eastern side of the room. You hear a few bottles clink together. And you hear approach the door. Door open, she steps out, she shuts it again. I just realized that nobody can actually see what's going on in this corner. There we go. And as she does so, you for some reason leap onto the table.
I was trying to step out of her way, and it snapped to grid. Okay, I'll step out of her way that way. Does she have any whiskey with her?
I'm sitting here narrating, and my fucking mic was muted. Bronn suddenly runs into the room, leaps onto the table, leaps onto the ground, leaps back to the other side of the room, runs out of the room. Very confused by this. But she's like, here you are, my lord. The whiskey. Don't be letting this get around, though, eh? And she puts her hand out for the rest of the platinum.
How much whiskey is she offering me?
1 bottle per platinum.
How many bottles does she have?
She is offering you. I mean, you showed her 5 coins, so.
Right. Okay. I'll give them to her.
All right. Well, hope you got a safe place to hide those. Shouldn't be walking nuts here with them just in your arms, you know.
I can put them in my bag of holding, and they're not gonna break against each other, right?
That is correct.
Cool. I do that.
Quite an interesting bag you have.
It's good for getting things from one place to another.
Indeed. Well, if there's nothing else, I still have my work to be doing.
I'm gonna give her a gold and thank her for everything she's doing for Kalaman and the keep.
Well, this is a rather thankless job. I appreciate your thankfulness. Now, shoo, I got work to be doing. Alright, I forgot one thing to do before I started the game tonight, and I need to reload my cigarette case, so I need to go grab cigarettes out of my freezer. One sec.
Padraig distributes whiskey. If anybody wants some, bottle of whiskey.
Ooh, yeah, Bronn will take.
I immediately stopped biting the training dummy I'm doing run over.
Thank you, Padraig.
Gondar, would you like a bottle?
No, thank you. I'm not whiskey.
I mean, not even like you don't have to drink it now. I'm just saying, like, to
Yeah,
use.
I know. I just don't like whiskey.
Okay.
What, did you get us each a bottle? I thought you were just giving us a
Anyway.
drink.
I believe I got 6 bottles.
You got 5 bottles.
And I believe I got 5 bottles, and there's only 4 of us. And I was going to just try to save at least one for like bartering or whatever down the road. It's okay. So I give one to Bjorn, one to Bronn. So I have 3 bottles of. Is this a certain grade, or is it any different than the water skin I have from last time here, which was at a restaurant, not the keep?
This whiskey just so happens to be a very good whiskey for cooking with. For drinking, it's less than mediocre.
Did she rip you off? Do you want me to go in there and pull rank?
No, it's okay. It's still flammable, right? For like, you could flambe with it or something.
Yes, you could.
Yeah, it's still whiskey.
Yeah, it's still drinkable. I drink out of rivers after all.
Back before the pollution when rivers were actually drinkable.
I drink out of puddles after all.
Back in
When
the
he
old
hands
days
me the
when
whiskey, I give him a pat on the back and say, "You're a good man, Padraig. What's this other thing you want to do?"
The brig?
We're with you. At least I am.
Like the I'm trying to think of how to phrase this in character. The kitchens are still running. The armory hasn't been robbed, but it's not got an attendant. Last time, I mean, we left someone chained to a bench, and last time we were in the brig, there was more than one prisoner, or there was at least one prisoner. Surely there will be someone with some idea of rank and file near the cells. I mean, the kitchen and janitorial wouldn't be running if the keep was abandoned. Also, it's right there.
All right, let's go. Question: would charm person count as persuading someone?
no.
Charm removes consent.
I know, but I was just wondering if it would count as persuading somebody, because if I persuade somebody, I can then change their memory. So I was just curious if I could charm a person and then remove the memory of them me charming.
No.
So I'd have to persuade them first and then charm them, and then remove the memory of me charming them.
It's modified memory you're talking about, right?
Yeah, like how would that work? Do they know the whole time they're charmed that they were charmed, or do they like know because when they snap out of it, they remember me casting the spell on them? How does that work logistically? Could I modify their memory to make them think somebody else charmed them?
I'm reading the spell. Give me a second. I mean, modified memory only lasts for anything experienced in the last 24 hours.
It's a 10-minute period I can change.
Yeah, 10 minutes of something that happened in the last 24 hours.
But that's why I'm asking. Like,
That's what I'm reading it. Give me one moment, please. So it looks like as long as from the time you started the charm spell until it wore off, yes. As long as it lasted less than 10 minutes.
like me charming them lasted less than 10 minutes? Because it says when the spell wears off, they know I was charmed. But so as it wears off, could I modify their memory to believe it was somebody else? Like the whole time they're charmed, are they in their head like screaming, "No, I don't want to do this," but they can't help themselves? Or is it just like when they snap out, they just know? Like, what's
When
the
they
logistics?
snap out, they know. But you could change it to, being somebody else if you'd like, with the
All right,
modify
good to know.
memory spell.
Good to know.
So you guys begin to head downstairs to the brig. Now, this spiral staircase, it does take a while to get down. Since the brig is it is on the first floor, but there's no other way in or out other than this staircase. You guys get to the bottom, and as you do, you guys see the iron banded wood door. I do not have a map for that, however, so yeah.
Where's the staircase? I didn't see where Padraig went.
It's down there.
But you guys come to the door. It is shut.
Is it locked?
You like to test it?
I look to Padraig for his lead. This is his mission.
I'll just rap on the door with my ring.
In the middle of the door, a slide opens. Yes?
We're here to check on the prisoner.
Ah, Padraig! Nice to see you again. And from behind him, you hear, "Ugh." You recognize these voices as the Kender and the very, very large human who were guarding the entrance to the castle the time you arrived. Sure, just give me a moment. Put me down, would you? And he kind of disappears from sight for a moment, and as he disappears, you can see the very large human. You can kind of see the middle of his chest, because he's too tall, you can't really see his face through the plot. The slot shuts, and you hear a latch clicking, and the door opens. Ah, come on in. Well, what can we do for you?
How long has it been since we were here? Player to DM.
It's been a few days since the first council slaughter, I believe, and
It was
jury.
it was like 48 hours at the most, because we went there in one night and came right back the next day, and it was right after that we left, like within the next day. So 3 days top.
Yeah, I feel like I've only slept twice since then. A lot's happened in the last 48 hours. We just wanted to check that there haven't been any escapes or explosions down here.
No, I don't think so. I mean, they took us off gate duty just a little while ago. We've been asking for overtime, but they wouldn't give us any. And so they said, well, finally they said, you want some overtime? You got to come down to the dungeon and hang out down there. Fucking smells down here. You smell that? And you didn't really smell it until he said something. However, then you get a whiff. It smells like sweat, urine, and fecal matter.
Who took you off gate duty?
Hendry.
Before she left?
Yeah. I said we wanted some extra time. She said, well, if you want extra time, you're gonna have to work the dungeon. Because nobody wants to work down there.
You've been here for the last 48 hours?
Well, no. I mean, we still, you work in 12-hour shifts down here instead of 8. So, I mean, I've been down here for about 12 hours. Why? What's going on?
Who's currently in charge?
What do you mean?
You don't know the council's all dead?
Yeah, sure they are. Real funny. We already had one attack. So it's not good humor to make a dark joke like that right after the fact, you know. I believe they call that too soon.
Vendry and Cudgel will be returning to town soon. What's the current chain of command?
When he shrugs off the fact that they're dead, can I like grab his armor and pull him in close and be like, I would not lie to you about this. This is not a joke. The council is all dead. How does nobody know what is going on in this castle? We need to figure out who is in charge, and you guys need to shape up.
Okay. Fuck. What was Big Human's name? Something like 4-letter word or something.
His name's probably dumb.
Oh, the lady had a fake name for him, right? Are these those two?
The Kender had a just something they call him. I can't remember what it was though. Whatever. She's gonna. He's gonna say, "Hey, first off, hey big guy, I'll pull him off me." He is going to try and get in between you and the Kender.
As he walks up, I'm gonna put my one finger up and be like, "Don't touch me."
Yeah.
You guys need to take this seriously. We need to find out who's in charge. We wouldn't come down here telling you guys lies. The council is dead. The city is in turmoil, and you guys are down here laughing.
Give me an athletics check.
Not a persuasion.
No, you are not getting all of that out before he steps between the two of you.
I'm going to use Gift of Love.
It was Lannel, and she kept calling him Flannel.
No, that's at the that was at the keep, not the castle.
Can I add my guidance? I posted guidance because I was casting it.
Sure, roll me a d4.
Oh, were these the ones that were guarding the council chamber doors before?
No, they were guarding the doors into the actual castle, but that's probably who you were talking about. That's probably what you got in your notes. So, he's not able to push you back, but he does get you off of the Kender. Says, okay, hold on a second. I thought you were joking. Maybe relax a little bit. I get it, you're a bear, you're really angry all the time, and you do nothing but eat, but maybe, don't put your hands on people just because they don't believe something you said the first time. Now,
and just so you're aware, when I grabbed him, it wasn't like attacking him. It was just like pulling him in close to stare into his eyes, so you could see I wasn't lying.
Yeah, but it was also the tone. So they're not going to take that gently. But I mean, it's not like they attacked you. He just pushed you back a bit, and I mean, you didn't even really move. So, what are you talking about? Maybe, explain it like, you're talking to adults here. There it is. Thank you, Bardor and Gaul.
Okay, now that I know who we're talking to. The dragon army attacked. There was a diversion. The council is dead.
What do you mean the dragon army attacked?
They're in the walls. They got in Calaman. The gates opened right up for them. They came looking like soldiers of, looking like knights of Solamnia, and then
I'm gonna look
killed
between Gondar and Bronn like I don't know how to say it any plainer.
See? Was that so hard? So, you're not kidding. The entire council has been slaughtered.
He's not kidding.
Shit. That's, No, wait, we had no idea. If they just given us extra time on the gate, Gaul would have handled them pretty easily. Guarantee it. And Gaul just sits there.
You guys are in the military rank system. If Marshal Vendry is out of town and the whole council is dead, who is the next highest ranking person in this city?
I don't know. Most of them, I think, left with Bakaris.
Who's your supervisor?
Squatchy. Squatch.
Squatch.
No, don't worry about that. It was his mic. Everything besides here, he goes by Squatch or Sasquatch. He says, I don't know. I mean, most of them left with, to go fight the battle. I don't really know. I guess. I mean, we were captains of the guard for, the front gate, but we don't have much more sway than that. Might have to, if there's any captains of the city guard left, maybe them, I guess? Once again, Gaul goes,
One more thing, quick. What does this say? And I'm gonna pull out the book and hold it up to him.
The one
Your
you got out of the
cookbook?
library?
Or the
Yeah,
two scrolls?
The book that I got from the library.
It says, God damn it.
Like the title.
Yeah, I know what you're asking for. I fucking, let's see, random name of a book. Wow, there's actually a random book name generator. I don't believe it.
That's AI, Blair.
No, it's not.
You have to come up with it yourself. That's not fair.
Shut the fuck up. Bitch,
It's
slap you
rolling
into
dice on a
Tuesday.
purpose.
That's great. Book title generator. Enter your current title. What the fuck?
It's soft, Blair. You're turned into the machines.
Bro, I'm gonna make you soft. In a meat grinder. Shut up.
Buddy, every time I talk to you, I get soft.
Here we go. Let's see. Roll me a d10. Oh, wow. Sounds racist. Aliens of the South. It says, aliens of the South? Why?
It's on a need-to-know basis. And I'm going to put it away and kind of step back.
Okay, then. Well, I'm assuming that you guys came down for something other than this. Is there anything else you need down here?
Have any new prisoners been brought down here in the last 24 hours?
No? Why?
With regards to current situations, someone might be missing.
I don't think so, but I mean, you want to take a walk with me? And he kind of goes over to a table just next to the door, and he picks up a book. It almost looks like a ledger.
What's the title?
Fucking prisoner ledger. I don't know. Jesus. He says, "All right, well, let's take a walk." And he looks around, and you know, he as you guys walk through. Yeah, he's there, and he's there, and he's there. I'm guessing you're specifically looking for Lefty Stell, right, Padraig?
What?
I said, I'm guessing you are probably looking for Lefty's cell more than anything, yes?
If they're there.
Yeah, eventually you guys come up to Lefty's cell, and he's like, huh. I don't see him. And then from underneath the bench, in a pile of hay, see a hand come up. I'm still here. He kind of like pulls the hay away from his face. Pretty cold down here, you know. You guys should think about some blankets or something. And he just kind of rolls back over amongst his pile of hay underneath the bench that they call a bed.
I'm going to offer him one of the bottles of cooking whiskey.
Thanks, but I'm alright. I told you, once I want out, I'll get out. If I get thirsty, I'll make sure to find some. But I appreciate your offer, Sir Padraig.
I want to ask Lefty if he's heard anything recently.
I've heard anything recently. I mean, other than the moaning and groaning of the other prisoners? Not really. Kind of been stuck down here a couple days, you know? I mean, you know, I can get out if I want to, but feel the timing's not quite right.
You be safe now.
Me? I'm in a cell. I couldn't be any safer. You be safe.
And head away. Or that's back towards the prison.
That is the prison. So
do I get any proficiency for now knowing how to spell aliens of the South and knowing those sounds?
No.
But I'm in the corner sounding it out.
And I also said it takes you an hour to even make a proper attempt. Remember? Or you gotta do so many rolls to try and get it. And you're not down there for an hour.
Well, I'm doing it as we walk then until something happens.
Very well. Says, well, I'd come out into the city and help with what I could, but, I mean, we're not supposed to leave our post. And if anybody happens to escape while we're not here, I mean, that's my head on the chopping block, you know?
No, you're doing good.
Alright, well, you know where we are if you need us.
Before we walk away, I'm gonna toss them each 2 gold. Sorry to get a little heated with you guys, but like we've seen a lot of death today, and you know, the chuckle just kind of set me off, man.
Fair enough. Don't say no to free gold, right? And he goes to give some to Gull, and Gull just goes, and kind of shakes his head. He's like, all right, Gull, more for me. He pockets the other 2 gold.
Well, I said I threw them each 2 gold. Like I
know.
just
And
tossed it to them, so it would have already went at him and scattered to the floor.
yeah, he caught it. And then he went to give it because he knows Gull well enough. Gull isn't gonna try and catch it. Unless it's a fucking weapon coming at him, he's not gonna do shit.
You don't like gold, Gall? What about whiskey?
He just kind of shrugs. Gull doesn't think much or do much. Kind of why we're always together. He does the strong arming, and I'm the brains for both of us, you know? Don't worry,
Well,
I make sure he's looked after.
Gall, if you're ever free and want to learn how to read with me.
His lip kind of curls in almost a disgusted look. Ugh. Yeah, he doesn't like books either. I think it makes him feel dumb.
Hey, I didn't like books either until I realized you can interrogate prisoners with them.
Holy fuck! Gull kind of like chuckles at that.
Is the exit like northeast? Like towards grass and town? I am going to head in that direction.
Yeah, sure.
Are there any guards like here?
No, there's not.
This is so weird.
I feel like we need to maybe check the walls and see if there's guards there, because if there's not guards here, then you never know, and if there's not guards here, then frig, man, this place is completely unguarded. Pardon the pun.
You guys walk out, and everything out here is almost quiet. However, down from the town, you can hear lots of shouting, screaming. It doesn't seem to be shouts of pain or agony, more of like anger, annoyance, such things as that.
Yeah, let's head there.
So is
Which
north from where I'm at the city?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because this is where you just walked out of, was this building down here. Yeah, you guys start heading down the path. And element map. Where'd Calaman map go? There it is.
We should be in the middle?
See where you guys are now? That is the path down from the castle.
So you said there's arguing and shouting. Now, like, are they like swarming up to the castle, or are they like arguing and shouting at each other? Like, what's the look of the people?
As you guys get down into the city, the city is in chaos. Shit's looking like Gotham in this. All right. As you guys get down there, you notice that there's only a few guards. In fact, as you get down to the main level, you can only see one guard at the moment, and they are all, even the ones guarding the pathway up that are normally standing along the sides of the walkway going up. They are kind of blocking the way into the castle in front of you. Or sorry, in front of you as you guys are coming down. There does seem to be a small swarm of people, all shouting different things. You know, I got robbed, or where's the council? Why are they taking nobody? All kinds of things like that. And all as you... Give me 1 second. As you guys approach, you can see the one guard is like kind of trying to hold. Sorry, the one guard is in the street. The entrance guards are kind of several of them are holding people back, you know, with their pole arms kind of in a cross motion as the people are kind of pushing to try and get past. Now they're just using the handle part of the weapon, and they've got the blades are actually turned away from the people, so that even if somebody does happen to touch the metal, they're not getting cut. But several of them are standing there holding the people back, and you hear one of the entrance guards, "People, please, the counselors are busy right now." "That's not what I heard. I heard they're dead." And the crowd erupts once again. However, as you look beyond this particular crowd of people, you can see many people seem to be walking towards, towards the northwest and towards the east. All seem to be carrying large packs on themselves, or leading a horse or a donkey loaded with what obviously looks like they're all of their earthly possessions.
We can't allow everyone to abandon city. I might have a plan other than the backup plan of being Marshal Vendry. I can rip a tasty riff that can get everyone's attention if you guys can boom your voice loud and rally the people, give them hope.
I am going to look to Gondar.
That's as I was feeling too.
Do you think it prudent to stop them from leaving? Perhaps
Yes.
their decision is the right one.
This is the biggest city around. If this city falls, then how will we push them back? If this city falls, then this entire section of the coast will fall right along with it.
Okay, and are you sure that you want me to address these people?
I don't know that these people are safer here than on the road.
We're at war. I'm sorry to say, but it's not always about whether they're safer. If everyone abandoned ship, then we've lost this front. We were brought in as soldiers. We need this city to stand its ground. That Marshal, Vendry, and Cudgel will be back.
Yeah, you got a point there.
I'm
Okay.
just saying I don't think we need to intercede right now in this conversation that these people are having. But maybe we make sure that the guards aren't going to get overwhelmed.
All I was suggesting is I will play a loud, tasty riff as we walk, and you guys address the people, and as we walk, we gather everybody. We need to restore order. Everyone's scared. We need somebody to calm them all down. They need to know that there's a power structure here. We need... I don't want to run this city, but we need to let everyone know they're safe until Vendry can come back and take her position.
Yeah, or Bakaris.
No, not Bakaris.
Yeah, I see it coming. Anyway, let's try to calm these people.
I pull out my bandor and just start going. Like a deep, bassy, like drone.
Okay. So you start hammering away a riff. Give me a performance.
Can I help him?
You technically are, aren't you?
What are you doing to help?
Well, yeah, no, I don't have a performance.
I don't think
skill.
it matters.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing pretty well. The people and the guards at the front, they kind of like ease up on each other a little bit, and they kind of like look back at you. And although you're playing your heart out, and it sounds really well, you guys can take a look at the crowd and notice they're confused.
I nudge Gondar. I'm like, you need to... do you have thaumaturgy? You need to speak loud and tell them they're safe.
No, I do not. I
Well, then
can
you better
just
yell your
produce
heart out.
a loud sound or something like that, but not amplify my voice.
While I'm doing this, I'm going to levitate him so that he's higher.
Okay, using levitation.
Okay, well, since I'm standing above these people, trying to sound as calm as possible, I address them and say, "Hey people, do not be afraid. Things are under control here. True, we had some difficulties, but everything seems to getting back in order now. You don't have to leave the city. Stay here. That's the safest place to be."
Give me a persuasion. I'll give you advantage because Bjorn's doing some background music for you. They begin to calm down, and I mean your voice isn't reaching the entire city, but this this group right here, this kind of block around you guys kind of starts to calm down.
As I see them calming, I'll yell out beside him, "Spread the word. Vendry will return. Until she does, we are here to protect you." And as I'm saying this, I'm kind of like, I scoop my arm around his leg so that I can still play the bandor, but I'm kind of like pulling him because he's levitating.
I mean, he's already done his whole speech. He's 20 feet off the ground.
Okay.
I believe he goes up 20 feet when you use levitate. No?
Up to 20 feet. It's
Yeah.
up to me. I can move him up and down. It's my choice.
Yeah, he controls
Okay.
my movement.
I can only control him moving up and down. Otherwise, I have to move him, like push him forward and back.
All right.
Thanks,
How
Bjorn.
far away did I make it before he said, "We will protect you"?
Trying to push through this crowd. I'd say you probably didn't even get all the way through the crowd.
I'm going to nudge Gondar and be like, keep doing the same speech over and over again as we walk.
Okay.
And tell everyone to spread the word.
Yeah, Bjorn, you don't have to levitate me. I can fly. Thanks anyway.
I drop concentration on him, I guess. As soon as he says that without warning, I just kind of drop him.
He only falls about an inch or two, because his fly is kind of whenever he wants to use it. It's not like a spell or anything. So, yeah, he kind of falls an inch or two before he kind of like flies back up a couple inches. And you guys start to walk through the crowd. Padraig is about, I'm gonna say, probably 60, 70 feet ahead of you guys, as he was already trying to push through the crowd.
Do you think we should semi-split up and all meet at the same place so that we can spread the word down different streets as we go?
Well, I think we perform better as a duet than single.
You're selling yourself short. I've heard you play. You're a master musician. You even charmed a bard, you dog.
Fair point.
So, are you guys splitting up then?
Yeah.
I'm not like splitting up far. Like they're going down the middle towards Padraig. I'm just going like one street over.
Okay. And Bronn, which direction are you going?
I'd be tight with the group.
Which
so
group?
just to make
It's splitting into
make it
two.
even.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
just
with Bjorn then.
Yeah.
And because I'm talking to 12 or more people, my words are actually gonna like calm them even more because I can invoke a sense of trust in anyone that I'm trying to persuade in a group of 12 or more.
And I'm gonna
Alright.
cast guidance on Bjorn.
Okay, so you guys continue through the street. Padraig, you're headed up to, you said, the Cartographers Guild, yeah?
In that direction, yep.
Which is the blue square. Okay. So as you, the two groups kind of separate a little bit, and Padraig and Gondar, you head towards this building up here. And Bjorn and Bronn, you get to this intersection here. The group seems to calm quite a bit. However, Bronn and Bjorn, I would like the two of you give me a perception.
Is it in perceiving a person?
Are you trying to use territorial?
Yeah.
Post it for me. I don't think it's going to work here.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that, my bad.
Not loading. Just give me a second.
Perception and detecting creatures. I mean, yeah, but you can't really, like, there's creatures all around you, so I'm not going to give you advantage in this one. Because you're not, trying to find somebody in the wilderness that's hiding kind of thing.
That's fine. I got a 20 anyway.
Yeah. Both Bronn and Bjorn. So many bees in this group. The two of you actually notice one person who, although the rest of them kind of stop or at least slow down, one of them doesn't seem to be stopping or slowing and is kind of got to this section here, and then noticing that the crowd kind of stopped, she decided to continue down this path. You see with her is a donkey loaded very high with stuff. The donkey's kind of struggling, but the both of you realize that this is Wyhan. Looks like she's about to leave town.
Let's cut her off and see what's going on.
Yeah, she may need some convincing to stick around. Remember, she's a little bit testy.
Which one's Wyhan, the dwarf that like made all the bombs and stuff?
No, that's Rokeldust. That was the one in Vendry's office. Wyhan is the mage from the apothecary. The one who has yet to do Bronn's tests.
So what you're saying is the apothecary is unguarded. But yeah, we're gonna head to cut her off.
Jesus
And the one
Christ.
that you had the sassy conversation about getting a message sent right before we left to go to Vendry, Juniper, et al. West of Calaman. So, Bjorn, you were the last one to talk to Wyhan before we got back to town.
Yep.
Yeah, she hates me. Thank God there's 12 or more people around.
Yeah, she's a little too powerful, really, to for your shit to take effect on her. But
It doesn't do that. I get advantage on persuasion because of my scarf if there's 12 or more people around.
yes, but that is talking to the particular group. So the commoners and shit, yeah, that it'll work on them. She's gonna see through your bullshit because she is
No,
powerful.
read it though, bro. It's not.
I
talking
did. I know exactly what it does. That is how they use backgrounds, so it's not too powerful. So, like, you might be able to convince a group of regular people to stay and fight, or stay inside the walls, things like that. But that doesn't mean that it's going to work on everybody. That everybody's going to give a shit. If there's somebody that is of a singular mind, like if you were to persuade somebody, a nat 20 doesn't mean a success. A nat 20 means you're going to get the best possible outcome. So if you're trying to persuade somebody to go to bed with you, a nat 20 might succeed, or a nat 20 might be, they're going to remove your hand from their thigh instead of breaking every bone in your body, kind of thing, right? So just because you might roll good on a persuasion does not necessarily mean it is going to be a success. That is how that works.
God's always kicking me while I'm down.
I mean, God only gives you so much you can handle. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in God, but in this point, I am God, and I'm just giving you how it is. That's all.
Where do we catch up to?
Yeah, if you guys are gonna head her off, you can head her off over here. But as you guys head in that direction, Padraig and Gondar, you guys also get a little bit closer towards your goal.
Yay.
I'm just flying a little bit higher in order to see whether there is a crowd somewhere gathered ahead.
Not really. It's more the same kind of thing. Just people like heading towards the gate. And if you guys are going up towards the Cartographers Guild, up here, then the flow of traffic is more headed towards the gate. So you're going in a direction opposite.
When we get to the watered log, I'd like to wave it. Gondar?
Yeah? Yes?
I think we should pop our heads in.
What do you mean?
I think we should do a vibe check inside here. Maybe get some better food than rations and hear what people are saying.
Yeah.
Before we enter, I'm gonna also say I'm curious if the what's the word for it? If the vibe at the keep with the guards and the people talking about leaving town and everything, if that's a general consensus or if that was an isolated incident.
You're very right in that. Let's mingle with the crowd and try to see what's being said in general.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be super busy right now. What time is it if it was 2:30 earlier?
With your couple of stops you've made so far, I'm gonna say it's probably getting close to 3:30.
Yeah, so it's not like dinner rush or anything yet. So we'll just pop into the watered log.
Yeah. We'll mingle with the crowd and try to see what's being said.
Sure. A man runs out as you guys approach the entrance. He runs out and he kind of like looks at the both of you and just continues, doesn't even pause.
Hey man, where are you running to? What's going on?
He does not say a word. He just continues.
I'm not going to say anything, but I am going to look at him and try to remember what he looks like.
Sure.
Is there anything distinctive about him?
He's kind of going by in a blur with his hood up. I'm gonna say you guys have a choice. One of you can give me an advantage perception, or sorry. With how fast he's going by, it would either be you both can give me a perception at disadvantage, each one of you, or one of you can do a flat roll.
Padraig, do you want to?
Yeah.
All right, flat roll, perception. This man is fast. He is very fast. As he passed you, he kind of like kept his head low and his hood deep over his face. You barely caught like a glimpse of an eye as he kind of looked at the two of you and just continued by.
Like, did he? So, like, right as we opened the door, he came out.
Just as you got to the door, like you were reaching for the handle, and it just kind of like burst open. And he comes running out.
Can I catch the door?
I mean, you already rolled the perception. He's gone. So I mean, if you want to,
can I like hold the door open? Like, is somebody else coming out too?
oh no, just him.
Okay, like nobody's chasing him.
No.
Okay, because he's like that fast. I'm not gonna catch him. I'm looking inside. Like,
Padraig, I could catch up to him since I'm flying, but
I don't know.
I don't think it's important to chase anyone we see running.
What do they call it? Dine and dash? Where you like don't pay for your food and you run?
That's a dine and dash.
Does that exist in Kryn?
I mean, I don't see why not. Kind
'Cause
of
that's-
an age-old tale.
That's what I'm thinking this dude might be doing. Like, I mean, I know we've had bathroom assassination attempts, but like, my first thought is either this dude's like got to go, like the food was that bad, or he doesn't want to pay for it.
Anyway, let's head in.
So walk in.
Yeah.
Still nobody was chasing after him.
No. In
Is
fact,
there
the place seems empty. However, you suddenly hear, "Fucking bloody bastard!" God.
What's
Did
going
that person
on?
sound like they were pained?
Yes. That I understand. That kind of sounded like a really hard nut, but no, it was supposed to be pained.
I run in the direction of the pained voice, like sprint style.
You head towards the bar, and you see a bit of blood on the bar. And as you look behind the bar, you see a man laying there with a very deep stab wound. Got a couple of them, in fact. You're here to rob me too? There's nothing left. Just finish the fucking job. Oh, it's you. I don't suppose you got something to fix me up here. And you can see that he is fading fast.
Lay on hands.
Sure. You leap over the counter and you get down next to him, and you place a hand on him, and a bright radiance kind of flows out from between his body and your hand, and the wounds begin to clear. Begin to close up.
As soon as Padraig reaches for the fallen guy, I rush outside and fly upwards to see whether I can find the guy who left. If I can see him somewhere.
Give me a perception. I'm gonna say that this is probably you know what? Because of height, I'll give you a straight roll for it.
He's flying. That sounds like advantage.
It's also a very crowded street, so it would have been disadvantage. His flight gives him advantage because he's got height
Crowded
advantage.
street of walkers, not runner.
Oh, that's cute. Somebody used to do crime. I kind of feel like you would know this a little better, but Gondar, sir.
Yep.
You are
Yes.
unable to spot this cloaked man. However, you see over here. You notice that there seems to be something in the... People are trampling over it like it's not even there. Pretty sure it's a cloak.
Okay. Do I recognize it? Is it the cloak he was wearing?
As like are you swooping down to check it out?
Yeah, I'm going down to fetch it.
Yeah, you fly down into the street and you manage to grab it before another horse tramples it, and you pick it up and it's already been trodden on quite heavily, very dusty and dirty. But as you pick it up, you feel something kind of warm and slightly sticky on your hand, and you look at your hand and there's a large amount of blood on your hand, and you kind of look where you touched the cloak, and there is a hefty amount of blood on part of this cloak. You're pretty sure this is the one that he was wearing.
Okay. Okay, I take the cloak and do I see any trail of blood
No.
on the street?
No, judging by where along the cloak this is, he probably used it to wipe his hand. When you stab somebody, often you're going to get a good amount of blood on your hand. It looks like he probably wiped his hand off on this before dropping the cloak.
Okay. No point in chasing him. I'll take the cloak and head back to the building Padraig is
Sure.
to rebuild. Yeah.
Well, Padraig, as you, excuse me, as you heal this man, he thanks you, and Gondar takes off after the man. Everybody's in this city be scared as shit. Man's done stabbed me before he took my money and ran. Don't suppose you got a good look at him.
If I'm back,
You are not yet back. I'm picking up the cloak.
What do I remember? I will tell him what I remember, but I do not have the keen mind feat. So
You basically saw a black cloak. You saw one eye, because that's all he looked at you with. Not that he didn't have another eye. You don't know. You could only see the one eye, as most of his face was hidden beneath the cloak.
It was definitely the aliens from the set.
The cloak was black. He was wearing some clothes. You don't know what color because you had a really bad perception. That's about all you really know, other than he was probably about 6 feet tall, slender build.
I should have noticed that Gondar's missing.
Yeah, as soon as you went down to heal him, you would have heard the door open and him run out.
Yeah, I'll tell him I can do what I can do, and I believe my companion is in pursuit. This town has been crazy this week.
You can say that again. The man kind of groans
This
as
town has been crazy this week.
he kind of fucking eyes you like, you're a little daft, aren't you, son?
It's this cooking whiskey.
Yeah, you're drinking cooking whiskey. Well, you did save my life. He goes and he pulls out a full bottle. Drink this. That's the good shit. Thank you for saving me life. I was pretty sure I was going to be a goner. I want to say I hate the lad, but everybody's scared. Everybody needs money for travel. Maybe I'm a little too forgiving, but I can't say I haven't done things I regret in my life either.
Yeah, I saw people with carts out there. We came from Vogler originally. That's a lie. Originally, I came from Palanthus, but we came to Calaman from Vogler.
Yeah, a lot of them be out outside the city walls, yeah.
He's a dwarf. He's not Scottish, right?
No, he's a man. He's human.
Oh,
I'm just throwing
I heard
random
the accent
accents
and
on
I assumed-
NPCs.
I heard the accent and I assumed you were doing a dwarf voice.
No, that's fair to assume, but no, he's human. He's a man.
Okay, so he could be from around here. If he was a dwarf, he'd be from like fucking hills or mountains or something. Okay, so yeah, I was intuiting something incorrectly when I started to talk about geography, because son of a map maker from a different area, I assumed this dude was also. Anyway, is there anybody else here?
Nah, it was just me. I was expecting a couple of the bar staff to be here today, but I haven't heard from them. I'm guessing they're probably heading out as well.
We were just coming in to reacquaint ourselves with some food that isn't military rations, and I was hoping I could get something to eat and maybe offload some of this cooking whiskey.
I mean, I got plenty of cooking whiskey. I don't think I really need any, but I guess I could make you a meal to go with your much better whiskey there.
No, I'm not gonna let this dude cook for me. I can cook. Why don't you just tell me where things are, and I'll make something while we wait for my companion to get back.
Gondar, you walk in the door just as you hear Padraig say, "Make something," as I wait for my companion to get back. The Padraig, the barman kind of looks at you. I'm like, "That's him, ain't it?"
Okay, I show them the cloak I'm holding, and I give them a frustrated look, saying that I didn't find him.
Is it the entire cloak?
Yeah,
Okay, so it's not like just a bit of it and we could try to do locate object or something.
I'm afraid not. He tossed it aside. He possibly knew that we could recognize him from that cloak.
Yeah, and the streets are very crowded right now. It'd be very easy to disappear. Bjorn could probably have gotten away with this.
Yeah, perhaps he could pick up his scent or something.
Bjorn, you mean the big bear that travels with you?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
You know-
I was saying the streets are so crowded that Bjorn would be able to disappear in them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. It is a little chaotic out there.
Bjorn uses play dumb to try and hide as being a regular bear, not realizing that it's full of people.
Because all of us have eaten at this restaurant before.
Yeah, you have.
Actually,
Sorry, I don't think you guys really ate there. I'm pretty sure that's where you go to drink. You go across town usually for food. Because this place is known to have some pretty shitty food.
Is he the one that I disguise self and used up all my spell slots before we went on a big mission and didn't get a long rest just to get a flask of whiskey?
I believe so, yes.
Let him die.
Holy fuck.
Too late. Oh, how much of my lay on hands budget did it take to bring him back? Or top him off? Or is it just, did I give him all of it?
I mean, he was pretty hurting, but he's also a commoner. So like he was on the verge of death, so I'm gonna say it probably let's go with it cost you 10 to top him up.
Okay. I just in case it comes up later, I wanted to keep my character sheet honest.
For sure. But with that, we are going to flash over to the other two for a moment.
Sure.
So you guys are Bjorn and Bronn. The two of you are trying to kind of head off Wyhan, as it looks like she's headed up this way, get to the gate. But as you guys walk through, you do catch another sign of her as you guys get to this intersection, and as you guys enter this intersection, she is just disappearing this way on the intersection, still going this way. However, as you guys are going through the street and trying to convince people to stay, which for the most part seems to be working, the two of you hear a woman, "No, please, it's all I have." You guys can give me a perception.
At advantage.
Well,
I'm
no.
looking for one specific person.
Sure. Your guidance is gone, by the way, so but it's still a 20.
What do you mean? I'm just constantly casting it on myself. That's why I posted it and clicked it. You guys are
Cheap
just talking.
use,
I didn't
but
know
okay.
for-
Yeah, you, Bronn, you're a little too short. You can't see through the crowd. Bjorn, however, you do notice, about this intersection right here. It looks like three men are kind of have this one woman cornered, and two of them have their weapons drawn, but the third, however, is got his hand out. And you hear, "Come on, lady, just hand it over. I see you got lots of food there. You'll be fine on your travels. Just give us the money."
As we run up to him, I let out a loud roar. I guess you didn't hear. We're restoring order to this town. We're here to protect the citizens. This is your one and only chance to just go back to being a regular law-abiding citizen, or it's not going to be pretty for you. I won't tell you again.
Yeah, Bronn walks up with them and kind of doesn't ready anything, but is kind of giving the death stare as well.
I'm also bearing
making sure my Calaman sigil is shown.
Yeah, as you guys approach and the roar comes out, the woman kind of, she stops with her cries of, "No, please, it's all I have." She goes, "Well, there goes my cover. Thank you, gentlemen, but I have this." And they kind of, the three men kind of look at each other, look at the two of you, and look back at her, just in time for the middle one to catch a right hook across the jaw, knocks him flat. The other two run in for a stab before anybody else can do anything, and she blocks one, uses her leg to just kick the side of his knee, and you hear a pop as his leg kind of flops to the side and he goes down screaming. The other one comes in for a stab, and she kind of grabs his arm, kind of lifts it over her head, twists it around his back, lifts it up, puts one hand on the nape of his neck, and uses her other hand to shove his arm straight up, hearing a pop. And as they both, all three of them are kind of on the ground, she looks, she goes, "Thank you. I appreciate that, but I think I got this handled. She then starts to go through their pockets, and she's now robbing them.
As she gave him like the last chop, I looked at Bronn and was like, "This is weird. I think I'm in love."
Bronn chuckles, says to the lady, looks like you have things handled here. Remember, everyone is getting a little crazy with things right now. Try to be a little understanding. With that, though, I'll leave you. And so just tries to guilt trip her a little bit, but does not intervene.
Chuckles.
Bjorn stops for a minute though and looks at her. He's like, "You said blue your cover. You're setting up traps. We're restoring order for everyone. These guys are pieces of shit, but I'm not gonna stand by and allow people to set up traps either. Move along, please, after this, and don't contribute to more violence in the city. We ask you, please."
He chuckles. "If you say so, sir," and she disappears. Suddenly
Like
she
vanish her into the crowd.
No, she didn't duck into the crowd. She just disappears.
Like literally, like snapping your fingers, like boop, gone.
Yeah, she's like, "If you say so," and she kind of gives a bow, and she looks up and smiles, and without even moving a muscle, she's just like pop, just disappears.
Bronn frowns and looks to Bjorn and says, actually, he's not going to say anything out loud. He's just going to give a really negative look to Bjorn, like, what the fuck is going on here? What Bronn is thinking is, with some of the recent information, with still some potential activity in the city with Soth and whoever else, we had even hypothesized there could be some underground activity. He's just kind of worried about stuff like that, so he will bring that up with Bjorn once we're a little bit out of this scenario, in case this person just went invisible and they're still with us.
They slowed us down. What do you think? One of us goes right, one of us goes straight, and we head them off at the gate.
Are you talking about why hand?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because like we saw her before we got here, like coming up to that corner. We don't know if she's gone past the straight path.
Yeah, I'd imagine she's going to the trade gate, so I mean we could both just book there with the closest route. Would also work in my mind, but I'm fine to split up and try to like triangulate her.
Yeah, that was my only feeling. Then we can, flank, and one of us goes one way, the other way. Then we can't miss her.
Sounds good, but let me take lead in conversation. I think she still has it out for you, maybe.
Yeah, I think you go right. You're faster than me. I'm kind of hefty.
I have little legs, but I'm dangerous over short distances.
Well, I guess I am dexterous. I'm just not strong. All right, I'll go right. You go straight.
Yep.
Where did you go, Bronn? You going
Was
up?
I going down? It was.
You're supposed to go.
Yeah.
Bronn and Bjorn, you both can give me a perception at disadvantage. Bjorn, you can do yours at straight. Got lucky. That was supposed to be a dilemma of do I get done what I need to, or do I help this person? But Bjorn, Bronn, you don't see her. Bjorn, as you get near the gate, you're looking all over the street and you don't see her, but something catches your eye outside the gate already. This way.
I yelled at Bronn. She's already left the gate.
Bronn, give me a perception. See if you can hear through the crowd, since you are like a good 200 feet away.
I don't know why it's auto rolling. Oh no, it's disadvantaged.
You hear Bjorn's voice. You kind of follow it, and you see him, and he's kind of like pointing out the gate. But you couldn't hear what he said. But as you approach, you can he can tell you what he saw, and you guys can head out.
Yeah, I don't even stop for the guards. I show them my sigil. I was like, no time to talk, and just blast right.
As you guys get outside the gate, you notice that a lot of the Vogler people amongst the tents are kind of like watching this in disbelief, and even some scared reactions at the mass exodus leaving the city. However, you guys do chase her down, but as you approach her, we are going to switch back to Gondar and Padraig. So, Gondar and Padraig. Gondar, you have chased down the person, or tried to. Unfortunately, you found his cloak, but not him. Padraig, you healed him, and he made you some... or not made you some whiskey. He gave you 2 bottles.
Yeah, and I was gonna start cooking, and Gondar came back and said that he got the cloak, but not the guy.
Indeed.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do you have more people working here for the dinner rush coming up, or?
I don't think they're going to be much of a rush. You know what I mean?
Are that many people leaving?
Yeah, it is. Like, you guys have managed to stop a lot of people with your, shouting through the streets and whatnot. But there are still a lot of people that are headed out. Because you guys went to the northwest. There was still a shit ton of people headed to the west gate, the Warriors Gate, and nobody went that way to stop anybody. So, like, a lot of them are still heading towards that gate.
Yeah, no, we came out of the keep in the middle of town, and there's multiple gates. Yeah, like Padraig will, not facepalm, but forehead on fingers, like stressed.
Yup.
And look at Gondar, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wondered what was happening when you both separate groups went to the west. I'm like, all right, east side of the city, fuck them, let them leave.
So, do you think we should head out to the other part of the city?
I mean, I had thought to check in at the Cartographers Guild and the blacksmiths because of the stuff from the catacombs, which would all be on our way to the west gate to check on the folks from Vogler, and then maybe be there when Vendry gets back. That was kind of the chain of thought I was operating on since we got out of the catacombs.
Yeah, you were right.
I could also use,
Anyway, do you want to go to the forges to see what's going on with the dwarves, the blacksmiths?
Yeah.
Okay. So, be well, dear sir.
Aye, you as well.
And we're off.
All right, you guys start to head over to the Hammer Strike Fort. Did you guys have anything of commission there?
I don't, but I it's sort of on the way. I want to stop at the Cartographers Guild while we're on this block.
Sure.
Of course.
just leaving everybody to fucking leave the east side, huh? There goes half
It
the
won't take
population.
long.
You guys are bad for that,
time-wise.
man. Sure. Yeah, you guys head to the Cartographers Guild, as everybody still keeps inside. Yeah, you head in, and you can see there's somebody manning the front counter, but you can hear that somewhere further deep inside there is plenty of shouting and arguing coming from somewhere inside here. But the person at the front desk, hi, we're Lizzie, little busy today, but something I could do for you.
Who is this?
It's the same person you talked to last time we were here. I believe he was a gnome, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I wasn't sure because I know who it's not.
Yeah.
Because they're dead. So I wasn't sure if I was just I'll tell them I'm just checking in about the current state of the city and the surrounding area and chain of command or the lack thereof.
I mean, I don't really know what to tell you. I mean, you can hear that, right? And in the background, you can't really hear what they're saying, but a lot of angry shouting. They're all kind of vying for, who should be the next leader of the guild. Nobody's really, well, there's a couple people who want it, but those who want it, the others don't think they should be in head, and the people that think the person should be the head of the guild doesn't want it because the heads keep dying.
Yeah, not a enviable position. Is there a map of the greater surrounding area? Bigger than the one we have now? Because it seems like this war is growing.
I mean, yeah, we probably have some. Hold on a sec. He goes behind the counter, and you can see him kind of rifling through a shelf. No, not that one. No. Ah, here we are. And he pulls out one, he unrolls it on the table in front of him, or the counter in front of him. Yeah, we don't have a lot of these. I was told we're not supposed to give them out, but I mean, at this point, I don't know, and I guess I could sell it to you.
Is it like all of Ansalon?
Yes.
How much?
Well, it's the only one other than that one that's framed up on the wall there, so, alright, it's not gonna be cheap. Probably about 50 gold. I mean, one of these does take a few months for us to create,
I'll take it.
Okay. He rolls it all up and he puts it into a very large scroll case. Now, this map is probably about, I'm gonna say like 6 feet long, and in tall, it's probably gonna be about feet.
Yeah, it's like a war tent wall map, not a dashboard of your car map.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was picturing. Might come in handy to illustrate a point later. At the very least, it won't get taken by the enemy in the side eye. That was it. I'll pay for it.
All right.
50 gold, right?
Yep, 50 gold. Nothing else I can do for you then?
How many? Yeah, I'll just do the 50.
The shouting from another room kind of intensifies.
Did Gondar walk in with me?
I believe you did.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
I did.
gonna look at Gondar as the elevation, or as the volume elevates, escalates, gets louder.
Okay.
Do we want to head to the smith, or do we want to? And I'm gonna like nod my head in the direction of the ruckus.
Yeah, let's head there. Let's see what's going on now again. So, what's all this noise about?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, they're trying to decide who's going to be the next head of the guild. Some people want it, others don't. I mean, unfortunately, it's not really anything anybody can do about it, as long as it doesn't break out into violence.
Does it sound like it's breaking out into violence?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Put your hat in the ring.
I just go and ask someone. What's going on here? Oh, what's all this ruckus about?
What, you're just walking into the back of the guild?
Yeah.
As
Straight
as you start to head that way, it's sir, only guild members
Yep.
allowed back there. Sorry.
Okay, but keep it down, will you?
I mean,
This town has enough noise already.
I'm just a journeyman, man. I'm just manning the counter. I don't know what you want me to do. They're the higher ups of the guild. I mean, I can't exactly go in there and tell them to shut the fuck up. Good way to get ousted.
Okay, so Padraig, let them have their way. We can't solve everything in this city right now. Let's go to the dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully things will settle down and you guys will be able to get back to the business of making and selling maps. It's sad that we're not able to explore and learn like we want to. And there's a war going on.
Yeah, well, just do what we can, I guess. Gives kind of just a very generic answer.
Fair.
Yeah, you guys head off towards the fortress. And nobody had anything there, correct? Nobody was waiting on commission from them?
You mean the commission? I think Patrick had, had his seal prepared.
Pardon?
I had the spikes added to the shield.
Yeah,
but
the spikes.
I think that was the last thing. There was somebody was getting something done at the magic shop, but I
Yeah,
think
he
that
was out
also
making-
already got picked up. So I don't think anybody has any like outstanding work orders.
Cool. As you guys head towards the forges, the cousins are actually just starting to head out. You approach
Head out like with the wagon or head home for the night.
head out with a couple donkeys and what looks to be
Yeah.
a wagon.
Vibes.
Okay, well, I'm trying to, somehow intercept them and talk to them.
Yeah, you kind of run up as they're oh, hello again. Sorry if you're here for our commission, but we're kind of on our way out of town.
Yeah, I noticed, but I think it's a bad time to leave town, don't you think?
I mean,
How did you come to that decision?
I don't know. I mean, most of the dragon army, from what I understand, is kind of more northwest to and north and east. If we go southwest, I think we might be all right.
Yeah, and what's your safety destination? What's the safest city all over this area?
Probably Palanthas.
Palanthas is northeast or west from here.
Fuck. Give me a sec. What is
Solace would be southwest.
Is the big map a handout I can look at?
It is not, but I can bring you guys over. Oops, that one's hidden. My bad. All the words are hidden on that one. Go here.
Like Solace or Tarsus or
They are going to say legend on this bit. Over here. Okay. With a dot in the center is alright. Well, he's gonna say probably no, that's Kalinesti, which means I believe that's mostly Elven territory. They're not gonna go there. Montagoth's probably a good place. Maybe stop at Starport along the way. And if the war progresses and goes further, then we'll leave Starport and we'll head down to Pontagoth.
Table talk, it's hilarious to think that a bunch of peasants think they can make it that far in these monster infested lands.
I mean, people travel, bro. What they do, they gotta do it.
where are they going?
Starport. And then from there, if the war progresses and it continues, they're going to go to Pontagoth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, guys, but why leave town at this moment in its time of need?
Because we've had twice the council has been attacked. First time, half of them died. Second time, they all died. Our army has been sent out. If they were to attack right now, this city would be overrun in a matter of minutes.
That's not the case. The dragon army is far away. We have seen it with our own eyes. And if it catches us here or you on the road, you're gone for sure. It's your best chance to stay here, and there are many opportunities to gain from a war going on.
On the one hand, I would say that we just came from the west. So if the dragon army were to approach by sea or by air, then who knows? But on the other hand, the way that people are choosing to leave this city, they're just turning themselves into a supply caravan waiting to get looted by the enemy army.
Gondar, you can
It's
give
just
me
a wagon train of free refills.
Gondar. You can give me a persuasion at advantage. Greg is helping.
Okay.
Tell you what. 48 hours. You give it 48 hours. If Marshal Vendry and the rest of the army doesn't come back, we're leaving.
Thank you.
Or if there's a new authority in town, which will guarantee safety and order.
Yeah,
correct.
If Vendry and Cudgel aren't back in 48 hours, I'm not going to be here in 2 days.
Okay,
We're
fair
gonna have
enough.
to go find them.
Yeah, if there's no army here in 2 days, then there's no point in staying. If there's no army to defend us, we're just sitting here waiting for our death. So, 48 hours. If they are not back, we leave.
Okay, thanks for that. Anyway,
But with that, we are going to switch over to the other two. The two of you have caught
Whiskey
up.
break?
Huh?
IRL whiskey break?
You know what? I kind of go to the bathroom anyways, and that it would be a good break point. So, we're going to take a 5 minutes. Should be good enough, I hope. We're going to take a 5-minute break, everybody.
7.
okay.
5. And we are back, everybody. So the two of you, Bronn and Bjorn, have finally caught up to Wyhan.
As soon as Bronn catches up to me, I cast Bardic Inspiration on him.
Sure.
So you have a D8 that you can add to an ability check.
Sweet.
Wyhan has been walking with the crowd, with her very highly packed donkey.
Can I catch up to her?
Uh-huh.
As I get closer, I do call out her name, not like loud and obnoxiously for everyone to hear, but when I get within like maybe 8 feet of her, I raise my voice a bit and I say, "Wyhan, Wyhan." I see you're leaving with everyone else. Do you have a moment? I'm hoping to chat with you before you get too far.
Yes, what is it? As she turns around, knowing the voice.
I rest my hand on his shoulder and cast guidance on him as well.
I say to her, this mass exodus of the town is crazy. I know things are getting heated. What's going on? Are you planning on leaving? Clearly, you've packed up. I'm just trying to like gauge her initial tone and reaction.
Oh, definitely not. I just packed my mule with everything I own and started walking away from the city for fun and enjoyment. Is that not something you do? She says as her face is giving a very sarcastic look, like kind of a dumb question.
Well, where are you even planning on going? Everyone seems to be out in such panic. Don't you feel like we should have some sort of plan as a city for where we should be all meeting up at or potentially heading to? I just feel like this is all happening so fast. Would you consider helping us figure out some logistics before you leave, or at least sticking around to make sure that we can connect in the future? I still have my trials to do, you know.
You're one of the most integral parts of this community, after all.
Look, if you want to do your tests, fine. I will come back to the city. We will do your tests. But it is now or never. I've been waiting for days. And you have been busy. So I assumed you were going to continue being busy, being the savior of the city and everything. So I decided to take my leave. I was planning to leave days ago.
The war has been getting heated.
And that's why I'm leaving.
Yes, as Bjorn mentioned, though, you have been a key support to us and some of the townsfolk. Would you consider sticking around until the marshal returns?
No.
We're hoping to really gather things up. Please, won't you consider, at least for the profit point, we could be needing some services, and it could help you have a lighter trip to wherever you're going.
And some council member seats have opened up. We need people who know this city, people who know the people of this city. We need someone like you that has their ear to the ground, somebody level-headed.
Give
We
me
need you.
an insight. Both of you. Straight.
Does it? Did you get the? You also get the guidance on that too.
I mean, unless he's going to use his bardic inspiration, a D4 isn't going to help him on this one.
Even with a 23?
Oh, sorry. I made. Yeah, you're fine with the 23. Bjorn, it seems like your words have struck a chord in her heart to you as she begins to smile as you mention her running for council. However, Bronn, you can tell she's about to burst into laughter. Which does come. She laughs hysterically. Me, run for council. Far too constricting. I would never want to be a council member. I'm confined with what I can and cannot do.
But that
Yeah.
may not be true. The whole council is gone. There's no structure in the city, which means a complete restructuring.
Yes,
You
in the
just
middle of a
tried to-
war. That is
What better-
ridiculous.
What better time to have better leadership than in the middle of a war?
Yes,
This is
what better time for people to argue over who should be in charge while there's a war that's about to come to our walls? I think I'd rather be leaving. So, do you want to do your tests now or not, Bronn?
That's going to be a negative from Bronn. He is going to say no, that the war and the situation in Kalaman is too dire at the moment. But
it will take but
really...
a few moments.
And no one said anything about an election. We asked you if you would like to help with the new council.
Listen, you big dumb bear. I said no. Bronn, do you want to do your tests or not? It will take minutes.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. If it's only going to take that long, and at the same time, I just hope that while we're doing this, you consider the profit that could be made over the next couple days if you do decide to stick around. But if this is potentially the end, I would want to complete that before you go.
Oh, this is not potentially the end. This is the end. As the crazy people in the streets would say, the end is nigh.
I will ask her where she intends on going, because I am trying to gather information for where potentially we could be sending people if we do hear that Kalaman is in a position to fall. I'm trying to think of a kind of a fallback retreat area that we could be sending people to try to get our foothold again. So I'm just asking her where she's off to try to maybe get some information as well.
I don't know. Maybe I'll go to the last standing, the very last standing tower of high sorcery, or maybe I'll go somewhere else. I don't know.
You do realize the direction you're heading in is towards Vogler, which was conquered by the dragon army. Are you traveling alone? It's really not safe out there. Like, I respect your decision to leave, but I feel like you should at least wait long enough to find some traveling companions. Look at all these valuable wares you have. Like, people are gonna take interest. You do not want to travel alone.
She grabs an item off her donkey without saying a word. She looks at the both of you, and she throws it up into the air. And without even looking, she raises her hand. She's still looking you both dead in the eye. And this glass vial she threw up goes at least 30 feet in the air. And without looking, she raises her hand and lets off a firebolt. And it explodes. You're counterspelling her cantrip?
No, I can't because we didn't level up.
So,
but it would have proved the point that, like, it's not safe out there.
Somebody counterspelled Gondar's internet connection.
Oh shit, where'd he go? Oh, no, he went to the AFK channel because he hasn't spoken in 15 minutes. Or touched anything in Discord. But yeah, she says, also, you do realize that roads connect to other roads, correct? This one might go this way, but you do realize that a couple kilometers up, there's another road that hooks the other way, yes? You understand how roads work, Mr. Bear?
I mostly stick to the forest. But if you insist on leaving Any going out of business sales before you go? You could use some coin in your pocket for the travels.
She sighs. Everything is packed up on this donkey. I am not going to unwrap my entire life to sell you something. I have plenty of gold. I can do whatever I wish. I'm fine. Now, are we doing this test?
We are.
Cool. Very well. And she takes you off the path into a clearing in between the tents. Says, alright, stand here. Now, I will tell you this. There are 3 tests. I cannot tell you what will happen, but I will tell you what you must do to succeed and what they are about. All 3 tests must be succeeded using not only magic, but wit and quick thinking. You will want your actions to be quick and bold. You may even need to do some things against your nature and your conscience to succeed. If you take too long, you fail. If you use too much magic, you fail. If you die, you fail. And if you fail, you die.
My life has brought me to this point. Let's move forward. I'm ready.
Bjorn looks shocked. What exactly are you testing for? I feel like I missed something.
That is fair. You are a foolish bear after all. Anyways, most who survive do not talk about what happens in the tests, mostly due to the mental and physical scars they can leave. Do you wish to continue?
I do.
I hope you are ready, young dwarf, for your time starts now. As she begins to say the word now, your eyes quickly close and you suddenly feel yourself falling in darkness. Unable to control your descent, the ground rushes towards you, and you land deftly on your feet in what seems to be a small room. Give me a moment. I'm going to switch music and maps.
This might be the end, boys.
Is she very focused on him right now?
It doesn't matter. What the time is now dilated for him. So what's going to seem like 1 minute for you is how long these actual tests is going to take in reality. Although for Bronn, it's going to feel like it's probably days. For you, it's going to be 1 minute.
The thing I wanted to do is, like, if I could slip away out of sight and disguise myself as Marshal Vendry, and when their test finishes, come up as Marshal Vendry to try and convince her to stay.
Sure, if you want. Alright, let's see. Let's put Bronn in here, shall we?
Yep.
Is this a night thing, like his test?
Yeah, you guys will... shit, that's right. You guys can't see it, can you?
I haven't moved yet either.
I put you in. Oh, I didn't drag you guys there, though.
I haven't. I can't see it. It's doing something. Yeah.
Okay.
All black.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. For the rest of you, because I can't drag you guys out or turn dynamic lighting off without them seeing, I'm actually going to share my screen in Discord. You guys can watch my secondary stream in Discord so you can see what is going on. And I would appreciate it if, while this is happening, you guys do not discuss what you see. Because what you see is not going to be everything Bronn can see. Alright?
Yeah, that's fancy and cool.
1 second, and I will share the screen. Boom. There you go. You guys should be able to just click on my name in Discord, and you will see the stream, so you can bring it up and see what he is seeing. Alright. As you land, Bronn, on the ground. Let's see. You see a door to the north, a door to the east, and a door to the south. There are 2 windows on each of the north and south wall on either side of the doors. but there are no windows on the east wall around that door. Outside the windows, you can see what seems to be a barren wasteland as far as you can see. Dust rolls in the wind, and no vegetation meets your gaze. Wyhan sits in the corner in a chair with a bored look on her face. Well, it's about time. I thought I'd wither and die waiting on you, as she seems to be filing her nails and a small chunk of horn. This test involves someone you love. You will have to save them, and remember, magic is a crutch. Think hard and quick about your actions. Go on now. I haven't got all day. As she motions towards the east door here. Whoops, here.
Yeah, Bronn nods at her, doesn't respond verbally, and walks with a quick pace to the door and opens it.
Okay, as you open it, you notice what seems to be almost a wall of opaque fire through this hallway. There is room for you to go north or south along between the fiery wall and the other one. However, something feels off about this fire. It's not giving off any heat. And as she comes up to the door, she says, "Don't forget, if you die in here, you fail. And if you fail, you die." And the door behind you shuts.
Is the fire giving off any heat?
It is not.
Bronn is just going to say a prayer to himself and ask Syrian for guidance. And he is going to look north and south. And can I see through the
You cannot.
wall?
They are opaque.
Okay, so I can see more than what my character can.
Wait, you can see through the walls?
Yes. I can see through
Fuck right off.
I can see through like the circle thing.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm lying. That's not fucking awesome. So we're gonna pretend you can't.
Okay. Can I roll? See which way I go, north or south then?
Sure. Like?
Do you want me to tell you which way for which?
Mm-hmm.
Even I go south.
Sure. So you go north.
So I go north. Bronn takes out his mace, or just kind of puts his hand on his mace as if he's going to pull it out, and starts running with a brisk pace up.
Oh, by the way, I did forget. You have a regular mace, you have a regular shield, you have regular armor. You do not have any of your magical items. You do have your divine. What's that called? Divine focus.
Yeah.
But other than that, you do seem to have a bag of holding on your hip. But I will tell you now that there is something in it.
Yeah. Bronn would have grabbed his divine focus and kind of said a prayer, so he knows that that's with him. But he asked for guidance from Syrian and runs north. He does see the ruins on the ground here and wants to study them for a second before going over them.
Sure. Give me an Arcana.
And I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Sure.
Guidance for this, or for what is here?
The
Which one
D4.
guidance? Is it for ability checks?
Yes.
Okay.
Guidance is the one that works on ability checks. Bless works on everything else.
Technically, you still have Bardic Inspiration because if this is all happening,
He does not. He is not on like a regular plane of existence. Whatever he has is just what he has. Like anything that he can possibly give himself. Okay, an 11. You can't read them, but since they are glowing in basically the same color, almost a cold fire as the walls, you are assuming that these runes are how this place is held together. Judging with how you saw what was outside the windows, you feel that this is not your own plane of existence. This is maybe something inside your mind, or altogether different plane of existence. I'm really not sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Bronn is gonna pass the ruins, but he's gonna try not to step on them.
Sure.
And then he's gonna continue moving around this thing. He's gonna keep running. He's also gonna cast Mage Hand and put it out in front of him. Is there a door here?
There sure is a door there.
What does it look like?
It looks just like the one you came through when you entered the...
He's gonna open the door and look out.
He is going to try to open the door. However, it seems locked.
Mm.
You kind
With
of
that,
give me a flat intelligence check. You don't see a keyhole on there. And since this is not a regular plane of existence in the test of sorcery, you feel like this is probably the exit. However, you must probably do something else before you can exit through the door.
Yeah, he's just gonna test the door, continue running. Same thing with the glyphs. Try not to touch them as he goes through, but he's gonna be making this fast. Yeah, he's gonna see this here and head up into the maze.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna continue running, following the walls best he can, not touching the walls. Oh, hold on, it's tricky to move in here. He's running like he's making good pace. He's looking left and right at every turn, kind of making sure there's no other ways to go, trying to keep sense of where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he hear that?
No, that's me.
Okay, I was gonna say that would freak him right out.
It's Syrian, just going,
Yeah.
My little flame bro, help me out. The walls do exist. Like, I can't pull the character through the walls.
oh, really?
Yeah. I can see them. He's running.
Did you want to test these walls at all on your way?
I would push the mage hand against it, probably.
Mage hand seems to go through it. Does your mage hand have HP?
Yeah, it does. It poofs away when it takes damage.
It goes through the wall. You can see it pass through, but all of a sudden it starts to get covered in frost before it shakes and poofs out of existence.
Mm. With that, Bronn, can I insight roll that?
Sure.
It's Bronn's trying to think, well, maybe
Give me an Arcana, not an Insight.
maybe it won't hurt me.
You're not really sure whether it poofed the mage hand because it was magic, or if it is in fact you are able to pass through it, but it's going to deal some damage.
Yeah. Okay. So Bronn's gonna jump through it.
Okay. As you do, you get to the other side. Oh, sorry. No, you were wanting to go the other way. Would have gone this way, through it. However, as you do, you land on the other side, and a bone-chilling frost comes over you, and you start to shake and shiver, and you take 6 cold damage.
Okay. Yeah. With that, Bronn kind of thinks about how he's going to handle this and runs down, continues running, sees this thing in the center and goes towards it.
And as you enter this area, you see before you almost what looks to be an altar. There's a dwarf laying there, and you hear him call, "On!" And he raises a withered and frostbitten, blackened hand towards you. "Help me." You realize that this is Ispin. Let's see.
Yeah.
Second? Okay. Ispin lies on the altar at the center of this beak, and it looks like he is dying.
Bronn will cast a Cure Wounds and grab his hands by doing this. It's a touch.
Use Cure Wounds, huh?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Sure, roll me a Cure Wounds. Huh. That sucks. As you try and cure his wound with magic, his entire arm begins to wither. No! No! And you see his arm just fall to the side, and as it hits the side of the altar, a large chunk from his elbow to his fingertips breaks off, hits the ground, shatters. What have you done to me?
Bronn is gonna look around for a key. And ignore that.
Okay. How long do you want to spend looking for a key?
Well, I want to search the immediate altar area to see if there's anything obvious, and probably keep it at that for this moment in time.
Nothing. No key. Ron, what are you doing? Help me. We need to get out of here.
Well, then I'll look back over, and Ispin has like one missing arm now where I tried to heal him there.
Yes, and it is quickly bleeding out.
Well, Bronn will pick him up and put him on his back, and before he does that, try to just do like some general medicine, like if maybe try to tie his arm or just look at if there's any way to stem the bleeding, but won't use magic, and will
Give me a
essentially
medicine
try to Yoda him, put him on my back.
So how are you doing this?
Well, I would go over to the arm if it's bleeding out of the arm and just try to tie a tourniquet, just like something really tight to try to stem that bleeding, and probably like pad. If I had, I actually do have What do I have? I would try to put something over the wound as well, like a cloak or something, or a piece of cloth while I tied it, just to try to again stop the bleeding.
Okay.
And then I would like grab his other arm and like swing him over my back and kind of like hold his one arm really tight up around his shoulder, so he's really high on my back.
Okay. As you tie up this makeshift tourniquet, fortunately that was not a very good roll. So you put him on your back, but you start to feel something warm and liquidy dripping down.
I'll take another moment to tie it up again, and I'll use guidance.
Okay. This time, you can see the blood stop pouring. Sorry, and you feel like he might be good to go.
I'm gonna say, "You son of a bitch, we're gonna get you out of here," and I pick him up, and I try to run with him on my back.
Stop. You need dex save at disadvantage.
I still have guidance. Can I roll?
Mm-hmm. That's an 8. The floor opens as you step on this tile. You stepped on this tile on the way into the room and nothing happened. But this time, floor gives way underneath you. Begin to fall. You may give me one more. Oh, do you have something?
I have a feather fall, but that's not really. I don't think that's like how. I would rather try to jump or move to the side, I think, than do something like that.
Well, you failed your dexterity save, so do you want to use something or no?
Well, I would try to toss Ispin off my back. If not, I guess within this half moment, I wouldn't be able to discern how deep this pit is. I take it.
No.
Then yeah, I would cast Featherfall just as a reaction and try to use that bit more time to move forward and not fall.
Okay. As you feel yourself floating, start to cast Featherfall. By the time it takes effect, about your waist is in the pit, and you feel the front of you kind of hit, this side of it. You have a couple seconds to decide what you're doing here. Be quick about it. What do you want to do?
Yeah, I pull myself up and kind of lurch my back forward to like roll and have Ispin weight get out of the pit and then use that weight to help me roll out.
Okay. You know what? Give me an athletics at advantage.
I'm not great at athletics.
Plus a guidance. 15. You get out.
Yeah, I pick Ispin back up and I continue running.
Okay.
When I get to right here, I look at Ispin and I say, I'm going to jump through the wall. Do you think you can take it?
No.
Then we're hoofing it. And Bronn starts to run as fast and as fucking hard as he can with this guy on his back to try to run through.
Dex
the
save.
maze.
Disadvantage. 3.
Featherfall, how long does that last?
Yeah, it's not a featherfall trap.
Okay.
As you step on this tile, you hear it click. And before you can react, massive saw blades come out of the walls. They continue in an arc, going in and out of this firewall to your north, your south, and to your west. And they seem to be arcing around each other. Take 6d6. 6d6 slashing damage as these saws manage to get through your armor and take chunks from your flesh.
Yeah, Bronn's just he's gonna take it and keep running, and he's gonna keep his eyes open for anything in the floor, but he's still focusing on running fast.
Sure.
Bronn is also going to bless himself.
So you're losing concentration on guidance?
Let me just read bless real quick, because I'm stupid like that.
It works for
It's
attacks
attack roll
and saving throws.
saving throws. So Dex saving throw is kind of what I'm thinking, but also it kind of works the same with guidance, right? So guidance is the cheaper option here.
Yeah, guidance is for skill checks, and bless is for attacks and saving throws.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's gonna just hold guidance and run with looking as much as he can, just for anything blatant. But he will continue to run, knowing the route that he took in, and knowing that it will probably kill Ispin if he jumps through the wall. He's just gonna hoof it. He took some damage, but he's gonna continue to run.
By the way, just to be on the safe side,
Yoda.
you have your backup ready, right?
I think I do.
Okay, just checking.
And Bronn is just hoofing it as fast as he can. He's also gonna check in with Ispin every now and again, just like, how you hold it in there, buddy.
As you've had him over your back, kind of like, Yodaing him, as you said. His one hand was in front of you. You do notice that it seems to be bleeding, as he is now missing the chunk of his other arm. He seems to be unconscious, but alive. So far.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running with him then. Bronn is gonna run this hallway and try to jump a couple ones. He's gonna make like big, long, leaping steps.
Sure.
And he's gonna run up to the door and try to open the door.
The door. Shit, that shouldn't have been unlocked yet. You get to the door. And as soon as you try the handle, it seems locked. However, right here and right here, two new walls seem to pop out of the walls that existed there. And as they do, they begin to close in on each other. Rushing towards the center.
Yeah, so the walls are closing in on me.
They are.
The door is locked.
It feels locked, yes.
Is there anything... I'm going to shake Ispin a little bit and ask him if he has a key. And I'm going to, while I do that, I'm going to kind of set him down. And... Oh, no, I'm not going to set him down. I'm just going to like shake him on my back. ask him that question, and I'm gonna put my shoulder into the door a bit. And is the door made of wood, or what is it made of?
It is made solid stone. When you first got to this door, it seemed to be made of wood. However, now it is a very solid door. Using your stone cutting, or what does the doors have? Stone cunning. This thing looks like it is dwarven made, which means it is thick. It is nearly unbreakable. The doors are closing, or the walls are closing in. You now have about a 5-foot gap, and they are continuing to close.
Did Ispin say anything?
He said, "Oh." Let's think.
Think, brain, think. Damn it.
I'm
outside of.
I'm going to give you, by the way, throughout these tests, you are allowed to have 2 hints. You may ask for them, but once your hints are gone, they are gone.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll need a hint on this one just because I don't know. I'm a bit of a loss 'cause I did try to open the door. I don't have a key. Outside of jumping back through the wall, yeah, I'm getting ready to die. So I would say a hint would be good.
Okay. Here's your hint. Said he could not pass through the wall. However, the wall of cold flame, I should say. However, you're aware that you are still looking pretty good, and there is a gap between the roof and the wall. Like the walls that are closing. There's about a 3-foot gap. Now, you don't believe that you could climb this, but there's a way you could use the gap somehow. That is your hint.
Okay, yeah, I'll throw Ispin up into the gap. And the walls that are closing on me, they're the same type of firewall, I take it. So yeah, I'm gonna try to
they
throw
are
him
stone.
up there.
They are stone.
Okay, got you. And sorry, the gap is above the stone walls that are coming in on me, or
Yes.
over top of the door?
Yes, the first one. The 2 walls that are coming in on you, there's a gap between the roof and the moving walls.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hoof my little buddy up into that space so that he doesn't get crushed, and then jump backwards.
You mean athletics?
I'm gonna continue my guidance.
I believe you blessed yourself.
No, I said I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about it.
It's a straight roll, so give me a d4 as well. So 10 plus 2 is 12. I'll give that to you. You manage to get him over the wall, and you hear a thud as his body hits the other side. You leap back through the wall. You take 6 more points cold damage.
Okay. Do the walls close?
They do. And as they close, you hear the walls clunk together. And then you hear stone on stone grinding. And then you hear a click.
Yeah. So I'm gonna jump back through the wall because I'm not running through that shit again.
Shame. Another 10 cold damage.
Yep. And I'm gonna pick Ispin up, and I'm gonna go through the door. Can you pull me through the wall?
Well, my. Don't you look like you've had some trouble? As you get through the door, you feel the weight on your shoulders of Ispin disappear. Well, he didn't look in good shape either. Let me guess, you tried to use some magic on him.
Yes, it wasn't quite too clear which one to use magic on. Using both in wits is important, but yes, I did indeed try to heal him.
I did tell you. Don't want to use nothing but magic. Although you may not be the best at handling healing without magic. It did seem like you did a good job from the little bit I've seen of his severed arm. Well, remember, not every test is the same in terms of what kind of magic or how much magic you can use. I would keep that in mind as we go to your next test. But, with that, you may walk through this door. And she points to this one here in the north. And as you walk through, you, good sir, I didn't drag you in. Haha. You arrive in this next area, looking quite a bit like the first room you had entered. Wyhan is once again in front of you. You may also refresh your HP, but nothing else.
I haven't moved rooms if we're going to a different room.
Did I not drag you all over? I didn't. There we go.
Okay.
So, once again, Wyhan is before you. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Wyhan sits in a corner, in a chair, tossing cards at a hat as suddenly you appear, entering from this northern door. Door shuts behind you. Ah, made it out alive, did we? Well, I hope you can do that again. Here, you must face something that scares you. Someone greater than yourself. Remember, your objective is to get out alive and conquer the fear, not run from it. On you go now. Hurry up. I haven't got all day. I must be gone from the city soon.
I understand. And this door here? Yeah, Bronn runs through.
And it closes behind you, sealing itself. Before you stands another dwarf with his back to you. A dwarf stands near the center of the room, chopping something with a massive axe. As you approach, you hear a voice you haven't heard since you were a child. He turns and said, "I thought you had left, boy. You shouldn't have had to see this. But your whore of a mother wanted to get away from us. I showed her the business side of me axe." You can't even tell what it is he was chopping. He said something. But before him lies your mother in pieces. Did your mind block this out? Make a new story for how your parents died? Did your father die at all? This can't be what really happened, can it? He turns to regard you, slinging his blood-soaked axe over his shoulder. So, what are you going to do about it, boy? Are you going to cower in fear like your mother did? He takes a few steps towards you. What is it you want to be doing? He appears to be waiting for your answer.
Bronn looks at him and says, "I do not fear ghosts." And I've grown into a strong man on my own. And Bronn will attempt to walk towards the individual.
He smiles. Well, if you wish to fight, and that we may do, or you may kneel and pass. It is up to you. As he slings his axe off of his shoulder and holds it with both hands, waiting for your response.
I respond, I will neither kneel nor fight you, for I have moved on in my life, and your words mean nothing to me, regardless of what your actions were once upon a time. But I will continue to go towards him.
Sure. God damn it. I was supposed to be playing a separate list for your tests here, and I forgot. There's separate songs. Well, if that is
this one does seem to have some difficulty moving forward. Is there a reason why my character can't move?
Shouldn't be.
I can't pull him forward right now.
Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so it's got the same kind of thing that it had before. Let me get rid of this. So apparently, when they made this secondary map, they also put those invisible walls that you couldn't pass through on this one. So give me a moment to get rid of them.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, and with that, as you begin to move towards him, guess what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna roll initiative, motherfucker. That's what we're gonna do. Give me a
fuck
second. I didn't bring up the turn order yet. It won't get posted. I said, give me a second.
Sorry.
Oh, did it actually post? Oh,
yeah, with my glorious 1.
Oh, damn, that's not good for you. That's really not good for you. Hey, man, do you want to know what his name is?
Yeah.
Yeah? Watch this. This is great.
Is it friendly adventure friend?
You see it in turn order?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to allow you to decide whether the backstory of how you were orphaned is the truth, or if what you're seeing here is actually the truth. That is up to you. If maybe you wanted to make it so that your backstory was what your brain came up with to deal with problems of what you saw as a child. It's up to you.
All right.
But with that, wow, man, and he could have beat you in turn order too, or I mean, you could have beat him. Like with that number, that sucks. He says, "Well, let's have at it then, shall we?" He raises his axe and he charges at you. Let's see. He is going to start to see how easily he can hit you, or not easily. And that might change what he does in the future. Does a 20 hit you?
Meets it, beats it.
Take 13 slashing damage as he chops down and it bites through your armor. As he follows the momentum, he does a spin and he brings his axe straight up and goes to chop down at you. He does another 12 as you go to step back, and most of your body gets out of the way. However, one of your legs catch it in the leg, and it draws a strong line of blood straight down your leg. You feel it kind of hit bone, and the blood hits the ground. As I thought, still a weak little dwarf. He is then going to use his bonus action. Oh wait, were you? No, neither one of those were. Yeah, neither one of those were 19. Okay. Where'd his bonus action? On a second. Ah, there it is. It was off my screen. There it is. Okay. Did he roll anyone? He did not. Okay. So, I need a contested athletics, please. You failed by more than 5. As he, that second slash kind of put you off balance, he slams into you with his shoulder. And you are not only pushed 5 feet back, but you go prone. You hit the ground.
Okay.
Come, child. Stand. Or, if you wish, kneel. Something plays over in your mind. Something Wyhand said. May have to go against your conscience. Survive. But it is now your turn, Bronn. What do you wish to do?
Well, yeah, I guess with that, I will think about it, and I'll stand up with my movement, and I won't pick up my weapon, and I'll say, as mentioned, you do not have any control over my life anymore. I have bigger things to worry about, and I kneel.
Are you cut out there?
And I kneel.
Oh, after you kneel. Okay. Right thought. Howard. Your mother's body lies in pieces behind me. Just as you were a child, you kneel. Pathetic.
I stare him in the eyes and just mention. I say to him, "Your words are meaningless. As much as you're just a ghost."
A ghost, Emma. He rushes at you. You're on your knees. I need an athletics at disadvantage from you, please.
Yeah.
He knocks you 5 feet back and you lay on your back. Stands over top of you. He raises his axe above his head. And it makes a swing. He buries it into the stone next to your head. You look at it as it is at least 6 inches deep in the stone. He looks down at you. Pathetic. And then he shimmers out of existence along with his axe. You hear the door across the room click.
Bronn will shake his head, curse under his breath, and kind of repeat to himself again to try to make himself just believe it. He'll just say, "It was just a ghost. It's just a ghost," and he's gonna leave the room.
Just so I know as DM,
yeah.
Which backstory are you going to go with? The fact
I'd say this is probably like an embellished version of what happened. Bronn was an orphan, so I hadn't really thought out too much that detail. So I would imagine this is some sort of embellished, repressed memory. So there might be some truth to it.
Huh?
Definitely abused, though.
As you enter the room, Y-hand sits there. Excuse me. Oh. Lived once again. Oh, look at you. You look like you're in a little bit of pain. Oh no, this time you don't get to refresh.
Okay.
Says, so. Did you win? How did you conquer your fear here?
As I've gone through my life, priorities have been shown to me. Fear is a tool, and if you can overcome it, or look at their priorities, you can understand what the bigger priority is.
Ah. Good, good. You're catching on. For a moment, I was quite worried that my hint hadn't gotten to you and gotten through that dwarven demeanor of yours, but since you came out alive, I hope something I said was helpful. Well,
What's next?
through the north door, of course.
He nods at her and pretty much speed walks to the door.
Once again, enter the same kind of room. Once again, Y-hand is standing there.
You gotta move us again.
Nope, same one. Same map. I moved you to the starter room.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, had some nightmares recently, haven't you?
I always have nightmares.
Well, time to face that one now. You've faced death-defying odds to save someone you care about using more than just your magic. You have faced a foe greater than yourself. Come out alive. Now, time to face something you fear even more than either of those things. I do wish you well. I have no advice for you on this one. Go on now. I need to be leaving.
If this is the last time we meet, have a good life. I hope to see you again. And I move forward.
As you open the door, she says, I don't feel either way. Hope you survive, but if not, no sweat off my back. Enjoy. And as you step through, the door shuts behind you, seals and all at all. In fact, the other side of the room, you don't even see a door there anymore, just solid wall. As you look around this room, once again you see the runes that you've seen in each one of them. And in the center, out of the ground, rises a pedestal. A flower sits upon there. Recognize that this is the nightmare you've been having over and over again, night after night. As you get close, the petals that already looked like they were made of fire, suddenly the entire flower becomes wreathed in flame. Fire grows until it takes over the entire pedestal. What would you like to do?
Bronn is not going to be afraid, and he is going to walk towards the flames.
Sure.
He's
Give me a wisdom save.
He's also going to grab his divine focus and pray to Syrian as he enters the flames or gets closer to the flame, and just a wisdom saving throw.
Sure. You get to about here. Suddenly you freeze. You're trying to force yourself to go on, get closer. But your mind won't let you. Close your eyes for a moment. Fight all of your might. Get your legs to me. Another wisdom save.
Can I bless myself?
May.
I'm gonna bless myself when I pray to Syrian again. And
God.
again, just try.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, shit. Just tried to pray to my God and kind of embrace the fire.
12? Oh. Holy fuck. What kind of cleric are you, bro? Like, goddamn. Your legs still refuse to move. And after a few moments, you try to calm yourself. You take breath after deep breath, trying to steel your nerves. Get yourself together. And with a 4, give me another wisdom save, this time at advantage. Try to steel yourself for what is to come. Holy shit, finally! You roar, you give a mighty dwarven like battle cry, and you rush to the altar. And as you do, what do?
I grab the flower.
Reach in and you grab a hold of this flower. And what are you doing as you do grab a hold of this flower? And you're probably going to take some damage. I got it in here somewhere. Give me a second. Okay. As you grip this thing, give me a Constitution save. Fuck, dude! Flames start at your feet. And you take... Oh, how much HP you got, man? Okay, alright, you might be okay.
Hey, if it happens, it happens.
I'm not gonna lie, when you fucking used your magic to heal Ispen, you probably should have died right there. Because you just completely was like, I don't care what they said, fuck that bitch. But you take...
I may have not realized how serious that line was.
Yeah, you take 10 fire damage as fire begins at your feet, starting to consume your body.
Yeah,
what are you doing with this flower?
I'm gonna stare at it for a second. Is it indicating anything to me?
It is
Do I
not.
see anything? Is the pedestal? Is there anything happening with the pedestal?
No, there's not. It looks like it's still planted. Like this pedestal, this flower seems to be in it. And as you start to burn, you hear something in your head. Feel like it's the voice of your god. Pathetic. Such a disappointment. But you steel yourself. What are you doing?
Is it? So you said it was still rooted in?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to rip it right out, so it disconnects.
You pull it out, and as you do, you hold this flower. Give me a con save.
Go. Sorry, I keep rolling at advantage. I'll take that off.
Oh my god, dude. Once again you hear cleric of fire and light. Yet you're letting yourself be burned? Control the flames, you fucking failure!
Bronn will scream out, "I do not fear the flames or the pain that they cause me. I embrace it." And he just like tries his best not to scream.
You take 17 fire damage.
Okay.
You hold this in, and the pain in you grows, and you grit your teeth. And do you hold this flower or drop it?
After I ripped it out, did anything happen to it? Did anything change with it?
It just the fire went up to your knees now instead.
Well, I'm in a moral dilemma here. I'm gonna call in my hint, but in such a way that what I want to do is I want to spike this thing into the ground and smash it, and with your hint, maybe indicate if that's a bad idea.
Your
Or
hint, sir.
treat your hint however you want to do it.
Your hint, sir, is you have 2 fails. You need successes. You need a few successes. What you do with this flower now, spiking it may or may not be a good idea. I'm gonna say that, you know what, give me a religion advantage.
I've been saying all my prayers.
Okay.
Hey.
You might have taken this damage. And you hear in your mind, control the fire. Do not let it spread further. But do not let go of flower.
All right. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna look at the flower and I'm gonna fucking eat the flower. In like a metaphorical attempt to try to conquer it and to like become one with it. I'm just gonna chow down on this flower.
Bro, if you could see my face right now, this is not even close to what I saw coming. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck.
I've made my choice.
You stuff this burning
flower.
You stuff this burning flower into your mouth. It begins to blister inside of your mouth as you chew it. The fire spreading through your gut. You grunt. Give me a con save at advantage.
Would I still have bless? Has it been a minute?
You've also taken damage twice. You have Warcaster, yeah?
Yes.
So give me
I do have Warcaster.
Give me 2 concentration saves.
With bless?
Yeah, those both definitely pass.
Yo, what the fuck? Look at all those ones.
Yeah, no shit, eh? However, now you also, sir, get to make me a con save against the damage.
Go!
At advantage. It hurts. It burns. But you begin to control it. Or you have 1 success and 2 failures. The pain inside you, you feel the flame get to your stomach. And you scream out, but it's not because of the pain. It's the religious zeal brought on. Give me another con save. Advantage. You have 2 saves of fails and successes. You continue. The grunting turns into a scream, and you hear, "Yes, my child. Finally. You're getting it. Control it. Control the rage. Fire. Symbolic of your rage. Must control it." In this moment, you get flashes of you standing over dead bodies. The wild anger in your eyes as you bring your mace down on already passed away skulls, neither of which had control over their actions. The knight whose body was taken over. The knight raised by Soth. And with this, you give one last scream as you roll another Constitution save at advantage. You give the loudest battle cry scream. The fire erupts from your mouth. The room fills with fire around you as you continue this blood-curdling roar. Something that would scare anybody, should there be anybody to hear it. And with that, give me a moment and we will come back to you. Bjorn, you had gone off to change into Vendry, correct?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. I was out smoking. Just let me plug my headset back.
Oh my god, you're so loud on your phone, guy.
Yeah, because I was on my cell phone while I was outside.
Yeah, I know, that's why I said you were so loud on your phone. So, you had gone off to become Vendry, right?
Yes. Why can't I hear you?
Can you hear me now?
No, it's something with my settings. Give me a second. My volume is like way down. I don't know.
Should we stop watching your stream now?
Yeah, it's fine. We're done with that screen.
While we're getting ready there, that was beautiful.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd like it, dude. As soon as you heal him, I'm like, fuck. All right, I'm gonna try to give him another fucking chance, because otherwise, like, he's dead now.
I was close. It was close, and I just gotta say before we get going, using the memory of the flower dream. Oh, beautiful.
Thank you.
For everyone else, I had a note in my bio that Bronn has the same dream almost every night, and it was that dream.
Yes, you will find that. You check your Discord settings. Oh, I guess you can't hear me.
Like, I can hear you, but like you guys, you're like super quiet.
Means your Discord's probably using different headphones, maybe, or your something else, maybe. Check your Discord settings. You go to your user settings, voice and video, and look at what your output volume is.
I fucking hate Windows 11.
Ew. Yeah, no wonder you're using Windows 11. It's gross.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear us properly? Hello?
What?
Bjorn, can you hear me? Oh, now he's gone.
Oh no. We don't get to impersonate Vendry.
Talk?
Oh my god, you're loud. Can you hear us? Hello?
I can hear you. Hey, Gondar, everything still working on your end?
Yeah. Yes, fine. Everything.
Just need him back before I give Bronn his results.
Talk?
Can you hear us?
It's not even showing that you guys are talking.
Can you hear us when we're talking?
Every time somebody's fucking microphone fucks up. Every fucking game. I swear to God. Or headset or some shit. Restart his whole computer? Like, Jesus. Alright, you know what? We're just gonna have to skip him trying to become Vendry. It's really not gonna matter. Anyways. But Bjorn is there, and Bronn, as you awake. What the fuck? Until you awake. Sorry, you are giving your battle cry roar as suddenly the world fades away and you wake up on the ground still yelling. Everybody around you kind of like is like, Jesus. As you sit up just however, the only person that doesn't seem to be surprised by this is Wyhan. Good. You're done. And you're alive. So I take it you passed, yes?
I look at her and say, I think
I
did.
can hear you a tiny bit.
Okay, your Discord is using the wrong microphone and headphones, I think. Just give us a minute. We're almost done. I'm gonna have to sort you out after. But Bronn, he says, good. And what color robes was it you wanted again? Is it gray? Or
Wasn't it?
it was red, right?
Yeah, red.
Yes, red. Give me a moment. And she kind of like unties part of it and she's like holding the rest of her bag in. She kind of like reaches a hand in, pulls one out. Nope, that's not it. Stuffs it back in, pulls out another one. Here it is. And she just kind of like, you haven't even been able to get up off the ground yet. She just kind of throws it towards you. There you go. Well, your test is done. You're complete. I'm leaving now. Good day. She begins to tie up her belongings once again from the one rope that was untied. And she starts to walk away.
Good luck in your travels, I guess, call to her. And I grab the cloak and I say under my breath, for Ispin.
Says, yep, okay, sure thing. And she just kind of like, doesn't even look back, just kind of waves in the air. And she heads off out of town.
The one thing I
And
will
then
try to
Marshal
yell maybe if
Vendry
there was time is
stops
just
her.
if we asked where she was going, if she will tell us. If she even knows.
She already said she doesn't really know. She's gonna go wherever she wants.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I'll just be focused on being like traumatized for the rest of the next couple hours.
Yeah. Bjorn, are you back? You good?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're back? You can hear us now?
Like, I can hear you, but you're like super quiet. I don't know why.
Okay. Did you go and check your Discord settings?
I'm in the settings. Like my volume's maxed out.
And is it using the proper headphones?
I'm listening to you through the headphones.
Okay, wow, that was really fucking loud. Yes, but is your Discord settings selected the right headphones? Just because it's outputting to one headphone doesn't mean it's actually using the proper one, is what I'm saying. Now you're not talking. Your mic's coming on, but there's no sound.
This is fucking dumb.
Okay, so anyways, you change into Marshal Vendry. I'm just gonna fast track this. No matter what you say, it's not gonna change your mind. So I mean, you turn into Marshal Vendry, you come back, you're sitting there trying to convince her as she's kind of concentrating on holding this plane of existence for Bronn. Because if she lets go of her concentration, the world vanishes and he dies. So as you're trying to talk, she's kind of like telling you to shut up. And then once it's done, she threw his robes to him and she left, completely ignoring you because she doesn't care what Marshal Vendry has to say. That's actually like part of her character. Just FYI, that's not me being like, no, your roleplay doesn't matter. It is White Hand leaves at this point in the story, which is the only reason that I had to spend like the last couple hours right before the game actually trying to prep the test, because I didn't realize this is the point when she leaves. But she is leaving.
If you were talking to me, I wasn't here until right now.
Well, then you can go back and watch the VOD, because I've explained that twice. So unfortunately, we need to move on.
Fair enough.
But as this all happens, Padraig and Gondar, the two of you have finished up, and the cousins begin to unload their donkey. They don't look like they're really putting anything away per se. However, they are, kind of unloading it and setting it in piles so that, if they decide it is time to leave, then, they can do so. But is there anything else you guys wish to do here, or is there somewhere else the two of you wish to go?
I'd like to give them that +1 longsword.
Okay.
And like show it to them and be like, hey, we found this. Do you think this is something that you guys could use or make better or something?
Alright, let me just check. I always forget which one is the armor and which one is the weapons. One moment. There's the Kalaman Gazetteer. Where is Hamster Beacon? Yada yada yada. Hammerstrike Forges. Tyria says, well, let me be seeing it. She takes a look and, might be willing to buy it, or, if you want to add something to it, make it better, I guess there might be something we could be doing. What'd you have in mind?
Nothing specific. Just maybe it's something that can help keep you busy. Maybe it'll come in handy to somebody if we end up needing to defend the town. Maybe it'll come in handy to you guys if you end up on the road in a couple days.
Are you offering it for free?
I'm leaving it here with you guys. I have a better weapon and shield than that, thanks to you. And I hope some good comes of it.
She kind of like puts it in her hands and like looks down the blade. Tis quite straight. She just runs her thumb along it like a quarter inch of it. Oh my, that is quite sharp. This is some pretty good handiwork. Well, I will what was there something else this sword did, by the way? Or was it just a +1?
You told me to put a +1 longsword into my inventory.
Okay, then it is just a +1. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it might have belonged to a knight. I don't know.
Very well. Oh, it's quite sharp. And she kind of does like a little flourish with it, kind of like, spinning it around and whatnot. Balance is quite good and could be better, but is pretty good. I will definitely find a use for it. Thank you, Padraig.
I'd love to stay and help you unload, but I think we need to get to the west gate. We're expecting Vendry to return, and I hope she does.
Very well. Thank you kindly. Sorry, I went texting for some reason. Thank you kindly. Yeah, y'all have a good... Nope, did it again. God damn it. You be having a good day? Close enough. And you guys head off towards the gate. As you get near the gate, you hear a blood-curdling roar. Not a scream, not a shout, but just a roar that comes out of nowhere. However, you both can give me a perception, please. Gondar, you are pretty sure that roar you heard is probably sounded an awful lot like Bronn.
Okay, I turn to Padraig and say, okay, I think I heard Bronn roaring, so we should head there. What do you think? SAP? Perhaps they're in trouble.
Yeah, I'm glad you think it's that and it's not another dragon. And I'll hustle to catch up in that direction.
Okay. So, the two of you try and rush through the crowd that is leaving through the gate. And as you guys do, you manage to see a spot just off the road, and where you can't see Bronn or Bjorn, but the people in that area are kind of like, have stopped to like stare and like, kind of whisper to each other and shit before continuing to move on. However, as you do, and you start heading in that direction, Bronn and Bjorn, the two of you watch Wyhan head off. And these two are just arriving as she is gone down the road. You guys arrive and Bronn is donning his new red cloak or red robes.
Oh, quick question. How many people were at the gate? Not townspeople, guards.
There was about 4 or 5. many of them look like two of them were trying to talk. Please don't leave. Please stay in the town. It'll be safer. Most people are just kind of waving them off. The other three are just kind of standing there like with very defeated looks on their face, like almost like they've been trying for a while and they've just given up.
Okay, thank you.
But as you guys approach, Bronn is just donning his new red robes, and Marshal Vendry seems to be there. She seems to be standing next to Bronn.
I'll approach them.
Yeah, Bronn, you haven't seen Bjorn, by the way. But you see Marshal Vendry standing there. You are not talking.
You're back.
When did that happen?
Looks like Bjorn has muted himself, so I don't know.
Well, I'm happy to report that I was able to finish my trials, and my time with the Mage's Tower has been successful. So, with that, Wyhan has left the city. We caught her on the way out, but with that, I can complete my processes. What Ispin sent me out to do, or what I promised Ispin I would get up to before he left me at the tower. So we can at least check that off in these dark times.
I want to give you a big pat on the back and shoulder and say congratulations, and say that we'll have to drink to that later. And I've got something better than that cooking shit I found before. And then I'm going to turn to Vendry, like, just looking for news, just like listening.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry to trick you guys. It's just me, Bjorn. I was trying to convince her to stay, but clearly it didn't work. I'm gonna drop the disguise.
Yeah, and at that point, you guys hear, Marshal Vendry's back! The army's back! Many people are cheering, and as you look down the road, you can see at least 20 horses with people on horseback, and behind them, what is left of the army riding towards town. And with that, we are going to end for the night. So, thank you everybody for coming. Give me one moment and I will outro the stream, and I'll be back to have a after session discussion.
I can't believe I'm alive.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. Had some technical difficulties there at the end. We will get those sorted out for sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. The Test of High Sorcery. I had a lot of fun creating that. I had even more fun running it, and I gotta be honest, I was so stressed. I thought he was gonna fucking die. But it is what it is. It was a lot of fun, and I hope you all enjoyed watching it. We have, tonight is our first night of 5 streaming, because I always go Thursday through Monday. So, tomorrow night, I'm jumping back into Tarkov. I'm teaching, helping somebody get their first quest done in the game. So there's going to be that. On Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I have Lost Minds in the Mad Mage campaign. That has been going for a while now. We are on episode 30-something, I think. High 30s. So that one is, that one's been a lot of fun to run. So I hope you guys are there for that one. On Sunday, we have our 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Adventures in Wildmount. I believe right now they are in Rockguard Garrison. They have some interesting things coming up. I've prepped this one pretty well. It is set in the critical role world of Wildmount, so hopefully you will be there for that. Completely homebrew campaign. Most of the land has been ravaged by an undead army, and they are starting to learn what the true plan is. So that one is going to be a lot of fun. So please be here for that. And then Monday, we have finished with Baldur's Gate, so we are now running a 4-man Tarkov group. So I hope to see you there for all those. Please, everybody, remember, always be savage or go the fuck home. Pieces, everybody.